And there we are. And there's Jughead Grayson. There's Robert's Just a Fan. Jesse Say What. Exotic Cars. Hamel Strategy. Brandon Kentucky Mud. There's the cat. LPH is down the hall and she's coming. Gilgamesh. Everybody hear me okay? And there's LPH in her Superman pants.
Hi.
William Randall.
William Randall, Gilgamesh. Hi.
Altran Kaiju.
Robert.
Willie Woodson. Steve Goldman. Goodness.
I know I'm late. I was trying to get to my parents. My mom wants to be on. Slide over.
Ben Kennedy, who wants to see my Batman toys.
You
Who's
got Batman toys?
Mine or hers?
I didn't know you had Batman
Brandon
toys.
Kentucky Mud.
Hey, Brandon.
Frodo Pop.
He still didn't tell us what kind of gardening he does.
Who?
Brandon.
Oh. Brandon Kentucky Mud Gardner.
Frodo Pop.
Maybe his name is Brandon Gardner.
Oh, yeah.
And he just calls himself Kentucky
Mud. You're right.
Possibly.
Yeah.
See, the wheels are turning. Like Boss Hogg. Remember Boss Hogg? We were watching Dukes of Hazzard, and Roscoe, and he's like, I just love it when I see the little wheels turning, you little fat head.
Hope everybody had a good week. Uneventful week with not too much drama going.
Uneventful, because there's a lot of drama and a lot of mess and a lot of politics in the world, and we've had enough.
Hey, Punisher.
Punisher X.
So I hope your week was very uneventful.
Sure.
Just a nice, slow, easy week. Nothing to get you riled up. Did you? You keep asking me about that Undertaker DVD. I have to watch it this week, so I can tell you next week that I did.
Yeah, and
he grows tomatoes. But his last name is Gardner.
Okay. And who is it? Robert is on you about the Christine car again already.
Oh yeah, I did see it. I got it saved. Okay, I did figure out the car. And it's one up for sale right now. I was watching one because it was on bids, and that went like through the roof. I didn't realize that car was so expensive. But it's one but I just never paid that much for a die-cast car before.
Sure.
So I'm like, I don't know, I like it though, but I also saw, if you ever saw the movie American Graffiti, the yellow car, I can't remember the model.
Yeah.
But I've seen that car for sale, and it goes for a pretty penny too. But, but I am watching that Christine in the car because I really like both of those, especially the junkyard Christine, because I have the regular Christine. And Robert said he got hit with jury duty. I've never been on jury duty.
There's two humble bricks. I've been on jury duty a few times. He who doesn't know how that happened, did you register to vote or renew your license recently?
And you know what? When you do the census
will get you too.
Yeah,
because they sell each other the numbers. That's how that comes up. They sell your information.
My name came up, but it came up for one county, and I had just moved to another county, so I didn't respond. And then it came up another time.
Yeah, see, Robert says he just registered his car. There you go. See, that's how they got you.
Yeah, you get screwed every time. I got picked up one time, and I went in, and they didn't want me. I was on the second wave, and it was like, okay, y'all can go.
Yeah. Jughead didn't have a good week.
Oh no!
No, he says he had a terrible week.
Oh, your week had a lot of events in it then. Oh, poor guy.
Okay, and he joined our Facebook group. I hope that's not why you had a terrible week.
Oh. Gilgamesh never had jury duty. Good for you.
I've done it a few times. It's a fraud. I would never want to be in front of a jury, because those people do not care.
No,
it's a shame.
You always get a judge trial. You have the judge. That's his job anyway, to take the information, weigh it, and
Yeah.
and make a decision.
Depends on what it is, but yeah, you probably be
I don't
better
care
off.
what it is. I'm
Because
going in
when I
front
was
of a
on jury
judge.
duty, they did not care. All they cared about was when the hell can we get out of here? And the attitude of oh well, you know, I don't care if he did this or not. He's guilty of something, or he wouldn't be here. And
Yeah.
you don't know that. You can't do that to somebody.
Yeah, and I watch a lot of those crime shows, you know, like Dateline and 2020 and all of those murder
The
shows.
true life ones, not like
Yeah.
not like a reality show stuff.
Yeah, and they
don't
you
know
know
what
they,
they're
they
doing.
interview the jury and they always say, "Oh, we didn't think he did that, but he did something."
And you can't know that. And even if they did, I mean, you're going to hold something over them they did 20 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
I don't trust them.
They're stone sour. He made it.
Oh, Jughead said only one good thing. One good thing happened. That's good. You woke up every day. You're here today. That's good. Hey, y'all, loving these screams. Also, the discussion videos. Oh, glad you love the discussion videos. We got some more coming up. A lot of people
seem to. And the thing I hear the most, and it kind of surprises me, is that we talk about stuff that nobody else is talking about, you know, as far as like the collecting industry or collectors in general, that we talk about stuff that they don't talk about. Keep in mind, though, a lot of these really big channels, they're bought and paid for, so there's certain things they can't talk about, or else they're going to lose their freebies,
their sponsorship,
and their kickbacks that they get. So you got to watch out for that. And I've talked about that before when I brought up Rad Titan, RADD Titan. They do statue reviews. That Sideshow wanted to hire them, but you know, we'll pay you, we'll give you free statues, and I give them a lot of props for refusing, because they did a video on it where they made it clear when we talked to Sideshow, they told us, you review what we tell you to, you say what we tell you to say, no more bad reviews, and any bad reviews you already have up, you need to take them down. And they were like, it ain't worth it, because people trust us, and I respect that. But a lot of the big channels, they're not going to talk about some of the stuff I come up with, because I don't care what they think. Ridley Cinema, have you heard about how people are crushing on Ted Bundy because Zac Efron played him in a movie?
No, I
didn't see that.
That was some years ago though, that Zac Efron played him in a movie. I think I bought the Land Shark and the Rise of Tupac at Target. Oh, that's
William found it. Okay.
I bought my Land Shark from Big Bad Toy Store, but I did find that evil Tupac that killed her, because I really did want that, and I did find it at Target. Now I'm looking for the He-Man and Battle Cat Tupac. So we'll see how that goes.
Master Hoarder, he doesn't like those kind of channels. I like a no holds barred channel. Well, I mean, yeah, sure. I mean, we get fluff all day from all media sources.
Yeah, you get lied to all day long.
Yeah, so I mean, it's refreshing to hear the truth, even if it's an ugly truth sometimes.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Sometimes you have to hear it, and sometimes you're not ready for it, and then later on in life you'll remember. But I wanted to ask Robert a question, because you get a lot of. You make a lot of your own action figures using like Hot Toy bodies or anything. Do you have a go-to person that makes head sculpts?
We're having a hard. She wants to do something like that, and everybody you talk to, they just kind of blow you off. So it's kind of frustrating.
So I need a head sculpt person, but I contacted 2 people. One person says, you know, they said they were busy, and I asked a couple of more questions and didn't get a response, and the other person just didn't respond.
And I mean, we're sure they're pretty busy, but you know.
And I'm not saying, you know, oh, screw you, you're busy, it's me, you know. I'm not saying that, but you know, it's just you know, say, hey, you know, I'm backed up for so many months, can you get back with me here or there? But I don't get that. Oh yeah, they're talking about the Funko thing.
Oh geez, David, open up a can of worms on me.
David had that written down to talk about.
That's USMC. I knew it was going to be brought up. That's USMC 610 there. Do you think that digital collecting is in the future? And what's your thought about Funko NFT? Yeah, there is digital collecting going to be in the future, because everything in your whole life is like right here, right now. That's the way that it's been arranged. I mean, it's not just a phone, It's got all your information. Remember when you used to memorize phone numbers and you used to memorize maps and stuff? Not anymore. Everything's on here. That's the way the system likes it, if you will, without getting too much into that. But as far as Funko NFT, I was kind of disappointed that they did that, because you're paying a lot for what was it, like $10 for a 5-pack and $30 for a 17-pack. You're paying a lot for something that doesn't exist, with the hopes of basically winning a lottery, because that's what it is, and getting an actual pop that you can win. But there's 600 cards. It's randomized. There's different numeric values to the cards, so you can end up with like 50 of the same card, and you'll have to spend at least $1,500 just to get the whole set of 600. Maybe you may not, but that's what the guesstimate is of the minimum you would have to pay to get all 600, and might not get a bonus card that leads to an actual physical pop. And to me, that's just it's dirty business. It's great for Funko, financially speaking, because they're not really giving you anything. They're sending you a digital image. What's that costing them?
Yeah.
But from the consumer's perspective, it's a total ripoff.
And they came out in like the end of March, the beginning of April, and they said they were going to do it, but they made it sound like they were going to do digital currency, like a cryptocurrency. And I thought it was a scam, and they mentioned it once, and then they kind of dropped it. But the way that the article read, and maybe it wasn't like fully laid out yet, they made it sound like it was going to be a Funko type of digital currency.
Yeah.
But now it's like these digital cards, and I don't know, that just sounds ridiculous. I mean, now you're going to have these cards on your computer. You don't even have a physical card.
Yeah.
You know, you got cards on the computer. Thanks, Stone Sour. So now you have these digital cards on your computer.
Wow. Yeah.
And you know, it's just like, you know, just say, hey, why don't you just send us some money? Because basically that's what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know,
hey, give us some money, and we'll throw your name in a hat.
Yeah.
And maybe you'll get a pop, maybe not, jerk. And the thing is, too, they're going to make a lot on this because of the fanatics, which every of these toy companies has a group like this, that people that they support the company rather than the product.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't have necessarily a problem with Pops. I have a problem with Funko, with the way that they do things. And this is an example of that. But there are people that collect Funko stuff that will defend them to the death, even if they don't like it. You can't tell them something's wrong, even when they know it.
Yeah.
Because they're like, how dare you talk about Funko like that? and expect you to apologize. No, it's a jerk. It's a jip. And somebody was saying here, who is it? Ridley Cinema. Have you seen these apps where you can buy digital baseball cards?
I didn't know you could do that.
I didn't realize that, because I'm not into that sort of thing. But yeah, same difference. Why would I buy a digital baseball card?
Yeah.
You can't. What are you going to do with it? I don't get that.
At least with cryptocurrency, you can buy it. I mean, buy it. You can spend it, and you can trade it for actual dollars. You know what I mean? So yeah, you got that, but I don't know.
And this is Altronic Kaiju says people are buying digital art for thousands, millions even, and I've heard that.
I've heard that too, but I've never looked into it, because I'm like, how do you do that? How do you even?
I mean, I suppose if you create something on a page, it can be printed off, and you can own the rights to it, something along those lines.
I need to create a digital something and sell it for thousands of dollars.
Yeah, me too. I need the money. We're not. People joke and say, "Oh, you guys must be millionaires because all the stuff we have." No, it's just a lot of work, and a lot of negotiating, and a lot of trading, and
a lot of pinching and
and patience. It's not. We're not rolling it like that. I wish.
Yeah, no.
And Jughead wants a Mezco 2-pack of us. We're jumping ahead there.
Mexico is
Maniac
here.
Mexico.
Yeah.
Better late than never. And again, thank you, Stone Sour.
Yeah.
I guess he really needed to hear that about Funko.
Brandon says his thing is, what if your account gets hacked or crashes and the NTF don't save your digital card? You would put it in the cloud and then somebody steal it out of the cloud for you.
I hate everything being in the cloud too. I don't like that whole concept. Ben Kennedy asked, what are your favorite Star Wars statues that you have? I don't have any actual Star Wars statues.
I never seen Star Wars and I don't collect Star Wars, but David got a little mini Star Wars collection. Yeah. And he has a video that he's doing his journey
trying to rebuild
Star Wars stuff.
Yeah, trying to rebuild some of what I lost there with the Star Wars collection that was ripped off of me. Ben Kennedy also wants to see about the Godzilla collection. I don't have too much of that anymore either. Actually, most of what I have for Godzilla is the Mattel Shogun. You know, I used to have a bunch of vinyls, but I got rid of those actually some time ago. I'd like to, I would like to go back to Godzilla, but I want older stuff from like the 70s and 80s. 60s even, but I know that's almost impossible.
I'm reading what Robert is saying. He's getting tempted in buying the 3-inch. Saw a fan-made Colonial Viper and a Buck Rogers Starfighter.
Oh yeah, Meagle style, sure.
Yeah.
Let me see. Master Maniac Mexico. That's worth a T-shirt. I have a problem with Funko. Gonna do it. A lot of people don't seem to like them, but they hang in there.
Yeah, they hang in there because they keep putting, they know that they're hanging on by a thread. So they keep putting stuff out like the soda cans. Now they got this digital stuff.
They're innovative. I mean, I'll give them that. They know how to make some money.
Yeah.
Monster Diesel, hello.
Hey.
Thanks for joining us.
I never get digital cards for collection, physical all day. Like I'm not into digital books. Like they got the Kindle and the Notebook and all of that mess. I want to have it in my hand, and even on the phone they have it, because my thing is, like a few years ago with Amazon, we brought it up a couple of times. They wiped out 1984 off of everybody's Kindle.
And then when people started complaining about it, Amazon said, "Oh, we're sorry, we didn't realize. We'll put it back."
Yeah, my bad. You know,
okay.
That's what they did. So it's like, okay, you got these digital books and they can get taken off, or what if they change the book?
Yeah.
Without your knowledge.
Mike C. Horror Pop Culture there. I don't collect or own anything digital. It sounds awful. Yeah, I mean, what happens if it gets, and that's a big problem with the cryptocurrency too. People put it in the little crypto wallet, forget the code, you'll never get it. It's gone, and then you're screwed. Stone Sour wants to know how many times I tried to get her to watch Star Wars. I don't think I ever tried to get you to watch Star Wars.
I'm not going to.
You don't know that.
No. It's too much. It's too complex. It got a lot of characters in it. Yeah. And it's long. And I won't be able to just sit there because it's too much going on. And I can't watch something if there's a lot of pieces going at the same time.
Oh, yeah.
And that's too much. So
there's Johnny Future.
Hey, Johnny Future. 99% of people collection whatever it is loses value as soon as it leaves the retail store. More often than not, it costs more to initially buy new than sell on the secondary market. Okay, I think we missed something there. Do we own Lego sets? No.
No, we don't actually have any Lego
David
sets.
got Legos, but not Lego sets.
Yeah, no sets. You know, I don't do the build and display Lego things.
I wanted a Batmobile, the '89 Batmobile, but I just never bought it.
Robert says that he had so much Star Wars, he got rid of it when he went to the military, and he thought he had to be more of an adult. Who lied to you?
Yeah,
who told you that?
No, he believed it is the problem.
He believed it.
Like, screw it. That Hot Toy Christopher Reeve Superman got me back into it. That's good.
Okay. And Paul Robotnik, how's it going?
More info on Godzilla. It looks interesting. Okay. That's all.
Oh, what, the one from the picture? That's the Mattel Shogun Warriors Godzilla version 3. Version 3.
If you had to choose, which color would it be? Red, violet, or blue? Violet, because it's more like purple, And purple is my favorite color.
Power Rangers, they're okay. I mean, I've only ever watched the first American incarnation of Power Rangers. I never watched the rest of it because it seems like the same thing over and over to me, you know. Oh, Mixie says, by the way, great, awesome channel.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Monster Diesel says he's never going to buy NTF. If he wants to see a picture, he go search it out on Google. I cry, my Star Wars heroes are gone, but
yeah, and it's hard to replace. It's hard to replace now because the popularity. Make up your mind. The popularity has it has come up so much for the older stuff. Punisher X, I could never get into Lego. You know, it's an acquired taste. I like them, but I'm not gonna. You know, I don't want to invest a fortune.
Yeah,
because they've gotten real expensive.
Johnny really has to go. He got to go run some errands.
Yeah, jumping in and out. He says.
Okay. Love vintage Godzilla. I'm still looking the original. I don't know what that is.
Marushan from Godzilla versus Hedorah. You know what I want is the Popey Godzilla, the one that was the precursor to the Mattel Shogun Warriors Godzilla, and what do they call it? Oh, I can't think of the term. There's a term that they use for it. It doesn't look the same. And it has a pull string talking mechanism. It's the same size. It's just it looks more real than the one Mattel did. And you pull the string, and he does that growling and roaring that he does. That's a tough one to get in working condition, though.
Hey, Kenny.
Oh, Kenny Potter is here.
Yeah.
And Paul Robotnik. I was thinking about the one from the Roundup today, also. Oh, you mean the Mondos? Yeah, those Mondos Godzillas were interesting, and so was the Mezco. I'd like to see more of it, but of course that's a teaser. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
When they show it.
Electric Emphasis. Oh wait, Mick says that he found a 79 15-inch Darth Vader for $20
without the lightsaber, but that's a good price. Did he have the cape? Because it came with a cape and a lightsaber. You can find the rest of
that stuff online somewhere for a couple of dollars.
Maybe. Yeah, right. It's not that easy.
$2-3 on eBay.
Electric Emphasis trying to trigger me there. What is your opinion on reaction figures on cards by Super 7? And, you know, I've brought that up before.
Yeah.
I love the card art. I love what they do with the card art when there is art instead of photographs. But the figures I don't really care for because it's supposed to be a take on 80s action figures, like a nod, but they make them look cheesier than even they were looking in the 80s with the figures themselves. And I don't think that for what they're making, it's worth $18 to $20 a pop.
The G.I. Joe ones don't look bad. I think they look pretty good. The G.I. Joe ones they got coming out now?
Yeah.
The card art on it is good.
Yeah, Popey Godzilla.
Mick said he got his with the cape. His Darth Vader got a cape.
It does have the cape, yeah, so you just need to find a saber if you can. But, you know, finding individual pieces can be tough, but that's a great price.
Gilgamesh says Lego sets aren't the same today. Most are made with an object already in mind, kind of defeats. Yeah, because before you just bought the pieces and you kind of made whatever you wanted. But William Randall, have you found the Dollar Tree? No, I don't even go to Dollar Tree. We
haven't been to Dollar Tree in a million years. I don't know. Oh, you know what? Mike C. I think it's Jumbosaurus. Is it Jumbo? You don't know.
I don't know.
I think Jumbosaurus is like the code word that they use for the Popey Godzilla. Popey Poppy, however you want to pronounce it, same difference.
Steve asked if I got any new figures in this week. Yeah, I did. I actually won a bid on eBay.
Oh no. Yeah. You'll be seeing it on an upcoming episode of the Masters of the Universe journey that she does.
Yeah, I actually won it was a figure I didn't plan on getting. Because it's not one that I would want. I mean, it's a figure, but
but it's not one she would have pursued under normal circumstances.
It's one of those deluxe figures, with the character and then all of the pieces that go with it. And I don't usually go after that, but this seller had like 5 things going out at once, and that was one of them. And it was cheap. I mean, like ridiculously cheap. So, I was
how
watching.
Sometimes something slides under the radar and it doesn't get bid on.
And I was watching all of the things he had, and that one went out first, and I got it, and I was like, "What? How did I win this?" And it was dirt cheap. I couldn't even believe it. And I knew then, I was like, okay, I'm not gonna win the rest. I'm not, because it was only one figure that I really wanted. And of course I didn't win it. After that, everything went just skyrocketed.
Everything else that the guy had up for auction just
went crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, David, I guess, will be putting it up in the next couple of days. But yeah, I did get something. I guess it don't matter. I got the Hurricane Hordak. So I got that, and I was shocked. I really was, because it wasn't something that I was even looking for. Electric Emphasis. I like the Back to the Future reaction
figures, but they're expensive. Yeah, and it doesn't make sense that it should be that much. To me, it doesn't make sense that they should charge as much as they do for what that is.
Yeah, Robert says that if they can make those Super 7 3-inch Joes look exactly like the cartoon, but they do. They look like the cartoon.
The 3-inch, the little ones on the reaction? Mm-hmm. I don't know.
You said they look like the cartoon.
They look okay. What I liked about it was what they did with the soldiers.
Oh, okay.
I like that because they did something they don't normally do with those.
Okay, Ridley said he got super lucky on eBay. He found Tom and Jerry and Sherlock Holmes on Blu-ray, got it for $10, and it typically goes for $20. Okay, that's good. That's a good deal.
Gilgamesh likes, he tries to find the
cheap reaction figures on eBay
if they under $10.
Yeah, and I'm surprised with the Super 7 stuff, because when they first started coming out, especially like the Masters of the Universe stuff, it was really cheap. You could buy it on eBay like maybe $5 to $10 above what it originally cost. Like they were selling things for $45. You could find it for like $50 and $55. Now some of those figures are over $100, some $300, mm-hmm. And I was surprised. Nice cop, yeah. Thank you. Where did you find your Shoguns? I had
Paul Robotnik.
Mm-hmm, Paul.
I got a couple off eBay. I got a couple at conventions. Mm-hmm. I've had better luck. I found one at Book Nook. That for a really decent price.
Hi, LJ.
There's LJ the Geek.
Yay! Hit that thumbs up. He said.
LJ does a lot of live streams too.
Yeah, he does.
He does.
He got kicked off of my YouTube. Kicked him off of my thing. My you know how the YouTube like to kick people off?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. YouTube plays a lot of games. They actually do.
They kick him. I was like, he must have said something, because they usually do that when the person is like suspect.
To YouTube by their standards. Yeah. All these social media sites are doing that stuff.
Yeah, I looked on my thing, and a lot of people got kicked off. This one lady, she does quilting, and she got a lot of her subscribers kicked off. Anyway, I don't know where that came from.
Yeah, Ben Kennedy
William
says.
Randall.
Yeah, William Randall thought you were talking about Terror Claws.
No, that's up for sale. The guy had sold. It was for sale that same time the guy sold it. But now he got another one up. I guess the person, reneged on the deal or something. Interesting question. 100 years from now, how do you think the collector toy market will look? The Earth will be gone in 100 years.
LJ says he won the Funko Lotto.
Oh, good for you. Yeah. What'd you get?
You would.
What'd you get?
Oh yeah, Ultron Kaiju says Jumbosaurus or Jumbozilla. That's right. That I couldn't remember.
$1,000.
Yeah, it is.
Ugh.
It is about $1,000 in working condition, but I'd love to get one of those.
Mm-hmm. You didn't answer.
Who didn't I answer? Oh, Ben Kennedy said he got the McDonald's Vision Scarlet Witch at Groot today. So you got Happy Meals. Is that what happened? You got Happy Meals? Shame on you.
Kenny is asking, did we hear about that $700 Voltron? Yep, David
Yeah,
is on another fence.
No, I'm not. It was on the we showed it on the roundup that was put up this morning. We showed that. Yeah, a lot of people seem interested in it, actually.
Oh, Robert asked, what were we binge watching on TV this week? We don't do any binge watching.
No.
I try to keep myself from binge watching Dark Shadow, because that show I can literally watch all day. I have to stop myself. So I only watch 4 episodes. But we don't binge watch. We got our shows picked out.
We have a system
per day. You know, we watch a certain show every day, and we'll watch, if it's an hour-long show, we'll watch 1 episode. If it's 30 minutes, we'll watch 2 episodes. And we do it like that. But no, we haven't been binge watching anything. But what have y'all been watching this week on TV? Where are we now?
William says that they charge so much, Super 7, because they don't manufacture the same volume as major toy companies.
Well, they do made to order, which I like.
Yeah, mostly.
Yeah.
But that, you know, but they are cranking out enough of them though that they're turning up in Target. So that, you know, we'll see what happens. Big Bagga says that the reaction figures go for $27 in Canada.
Ooh, $30. Super 7,
yeah, indeed.
The lotto is not till the 4th. My slot is at 1:30 on the 4th. I just hope I get all that I'm after. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, okay.
Did you ever make any of your own toys? My dad made me a dollhouse when I was a kid, and I didn't know he made it until probably I was a teenager. But when I was a kid, he made me a dollhouse. It was a 2-story dollhouse. And then, you know, you had to buy the dolls and the furniture, but he just made the house. But as far as making toys, no.
No, I never got anything either. She didn't buy any toys for me. She ain't gonna make them either. So forget it.
A shoebox of cardboard at FYE reaction figures are 20. Wow. And you know they're selling reaction figures at Target now, because we've seen a lot of them at Target.
Has them.
Yeah.
Target had a bunch of them last time we were there. Brandon says that he wants to know if they ever made a rifleman figure.
Oh yeah, he asked
for Chuck Connor. I don't think so. I don't think that's been done. RA Transformer Trilogy on Netflix.
Yeah, I started watching that. I've seen season 1 and 2. When we had the Netflix for that little bit. I really like that show. I can't wait till it comes out on this. Season 2 kind of got on my nerve, the way that Prime was acting. He was all kind of sappy and kind of lame acting. But you know, I really like that show. I think it's good. I like the content. I like that it's a more mature theme.
Yeah.
You know. But would you rather get the Galactus or the Voltron?
Ultron Kaiju. Yeah, probably the Galactus if I was gonna pick between the two.
Gilgamesh been watching the new Sailor Moon movie.
I didn't know they had the movies. I watched the old series in the 90s, the anime. I watched Sailor Moon. It came on just before Ronin Warriors.
We started watching Gunsmoke last week we started Gunsmoke. This week we are because it's like 1 million DVDs.
Yeah.
But it's a good show. And I started watching it because of my parents. And so we bought that and we're watching that. Pop Culture says he's been watching Monsters and the Return of the Planet Apes. Oh, the cartoon.
Oh, that cartoon, Return of the Planet of the Apes. Yeah, I had that series. The one where they show like crucified bodies burning at the beginning of the cartoon. It's like, wait a minute, who's this for? Is this for kids?
LJ said if you don't watch the videos, no, that's not true, because like I said,
there's no way to tell what YouTube does. They get a lot of funny policies. But...
yeah, because the quilting lady, I watch her all the time, and she got unsubscribed, and then she put out a little video saying that she lost a lot of subscribers, and she was trying to figure out why she lost all her subscribers.
Yeah.
With your TV watching routine, all you need now is commercials from this. Yeah.
And I do that too on the channel. I haven't done a block in a while, but I put up blocks of vintage commercials on our channel just for the nostalgia of it.
Mm-hmm.
So, which is pretty fun, actually. A lot of people like those. And this Shanoa Belmont.
Hey, Shanoa. She's the one from New Zealand, right?
Is she?
I think so.
I can't remember.
Display name. I have zero problems with Super 7, but they started from the art toy market.
Yeah.
And I think the party informs
that
their
partly
pricing.
informs their pricing.
Yeah,
but they're moving out of it, and I hope that they don't stray too far, because that's how all these companies started.
What's art toy?
Well, where they make it on demand, and it's like they do with those when they do their version of the Shoguns.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, oh, we're only making a couple hundred of these because we know only a few people are going to get this kind of attitude.
Well, he says he only makes it because he likes it,
yeah.
and he doesn't think anybody else does, so they make a handful.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, that the more that you find their stuff in retail, the further they're gonna get away from their vision. And we've seen that with so many companies where they're like, oh yeah, we're by collectors and for collectors. And, it's all about the collector. And then, they start making money and they're like, who the hell are you? We don't care what you think. Screw you.
Steve wants to know if we're going to sell our collection and retire. And then do what? No, we're going to sell nothing.
Sit there.
We're going to die and make sure that hole is big enough. And then you just push everything in.
Now you sound like Johnny Shendrick. He
What?
said they better seal up his basement with him in it.
Yeah.
And
We're gonna
put a plot on top.
We're gonna get glass coffins and just set it in the basement.
Will become part of the display.
And be surrounded stuff in glass coffins.
Oh, no.
And then David will die first, and I'll go down there and see him while I'm dusting our things. I'll dust off the coffin.
R.A. loves Gunsmoke. It was another good one was The Rifleman. I used to like that too.
I never seen The Rifleman.
Really?
No, I never seen it. Nope.
And there's Marcus Franco. Hello from Cape Cod.
So did you watch the Netflix? No, we didn't watch it.
We don't have Netflix because people keep asking us about it because they want to know. And one thing I will say about that, obviously, a lot of people are pissed off, and people are giving those people grief. There's a handful of people. There's a handful of people that really liked the Netflix, or at least, appreciated it. And there's apparently a lot of people who didn't like it, but they're fighting with each other and there's nothing to fight about. The majority of people who didn't like it don't like it because they were misled about what it was about. It's as simple as that. And what is there really to fight about it? You either like it or you don't. It's not a thing to be causing such turmoil in the realm of nostalgia, if you will. And it's amazing to me that people can't just let that go. If you sit there and you tell me that you like Silverhawks, and I say I don't like Silverhawks, I do, but just for the sake of argument, you like Silverhawks and I don't, so does it really matter that much? But this is being turned into something bigger than it is. And they're all feeding off of it, especially Kevin Smith. This is benefiting him because in the realm of being a celebrity, there is such a thing as negative attention. And that's what this is for him.
What,
he's profiting
Kevin Smith?
Yeah, Kevin Smith. I'm just telling the people that basically, you either like it or you don't, and it's not anything to fight about. It's not. There's too much infighting, and that a lot of that is negative attention, and that benefits Kevin Smith. He can't lose. He's either going to get negative attention or positive attention, but as a celebrity, both works. both works. So you like it or you don't.
Oh, sorry. Marcus Franco from Cape Cod. That's a pretty area. I want to visit there. Robert says, Tila or Scarlet, who would win? I didn't see it answered if you did. Also, Godzilla, is he a male or female?
Godzilla is male. There was that Godzilla 2000 where they made it a female, but it didn't look anything like Godzilla. It was an American film. Yeah. It didn't do well, And Japan was so pissed off, they made another Godzilla immediately afterwards to kind of show us up and show how it should be done.
The figures Hasbro has made from the Netflix Frontier series has been great. I never thought we'd get a Quintesson figure. I seen the figures from the Transform. I never bought any though, but I do see it. You know, don't need commercial YouTube jam.
Oh, Shinoa's in Uruguay.
Oh, he's in Uruguay,
but close enough.
That's way away. That's like 1,000,000 miles away. Hey, Craig.
Can you swim there? It's just a quick swim and a jog.
Craig Brooks, hope y'all are doing good.
Yeah, we're hanging in there.
Stone Sour, want to make sure everybody put them thumbs up.
Can't hurt.
Yeah. And hold on, that made my day.
Monster Diesel, yeah.
Oh yeah. Like a Pharaoh. Rifleman is on Pluto. Oh, is it?
Yeah, you can't trust that though.
They have the Rifleman channel. The thing about Pluto and their channels,
it's random.
Yeah, it's random, and then they play the same thing over and over.
They play it over and over again, or they skip chapters.
Yeah, but I mean, it'll get you in there to see if you like it. You know, it'll play enough episodes for you to see if you like it. Local toy collector LPH and David died in Avalanche.
Yeah. RA, have gun will travel and rawhide. You can't beat good westerns. Remember back in the 50s, more than half of primetime television shows were westerns, because in the culture at that time in the 1950s, the concept of being in the Old West was a big theme. And that it actually stretched all the way to the 70s before they started dropping doing western shows. But and if again, with only 3 major networks, your shows had to be good. Nowadays they don't, because there's so many networks and so many channels. They're desperate for any material they can get. But back then you had to make the show work. It had to be good.
Franco would like to see Mego put out Lost in Space line, the TV Lost in Space. I saw the new Lost in Space, but I didn't get finished watching it.
There's a company that does 6-scale Lost in Space figures. They're not cheap though.
Oh yeah.
If you look up Lost in Space on Big Bad Toy Store, you'll find a couple. I think there's a Dr. Smith still available there now.
LJ said, just spread the love, no need to fight.
Yeah, basically. I mean, they can have their arguments about it, but people don't know how to argue anymore. No. They don't teach public speech or how to have proper dialogue in an argument. They used to in high school. They used to teach that. That's what public speech was for, so that you could make your point, listen to the other person's point, and then like, okay, well, you go on your way.
Well, we live in a society now where everybody thinks that they should all think the same.
Yeah.
And nobody can have a different opinion.
Even if I'm wrong, you have to think like me, or I'm not your friend.
Yeah.
I'm
gonna say mean bad things about you on the computer.
Yeah. Oh, there's Peter C. Toys.
And there's Kaiju.
Hi, Peter Stream Toys.
And Helmet Strategy Corporation makes money off of people endlessly fighting about their product. The only way to fight back is to shut them down immediately by ignoring their ideas, not making their ideas relevant. That's true.
Hurt them where it hurts the most, in the wallet.
And people can do that with that Masters of the Universe, the Netflix version. Don't buy their stuff and stop watching the show. I mean, if they really feel that strong about it,
just turn it off.
Turn it off, and then don't buy their figures. You know, don't go on at the store. Don't go on eBay. Don't even buy it aftermarket. Just show it that way. And now he got a comic book. Don't buy the comic book. You know.
And there's Hamill Strategy 89. I love a Sinbad Ray Harryhausen line of action figures that don't cost me $1 trillion. Yeah, because Star Ace is doing the vinyl statues of the Ray Harryhausen monsters, which look really nice, but they are expensive. But yeah, I mean, again, big Ray Harryhausen fan here. I've always loved his stuff, his work.
William said he bought a pack of Star Wars trading cards today based on the vintage Kenner figures. And the Biker Scout was the 96 one on the Ripcord speeder bike. They had one job and they messed it up. I had to cancel Figure Arts
Kaiser.
order in January because they don't charge your card until it ships.
Oh, I could have sworn they charged for it already. Yeah, some of them don't.
Yeah.
Some of them don't. There's Jacob Mills.
Hey, Jacob.
And that's something to keep track of too. You do these pre-orders, some take your money right away, and some they don't, and then it can surprise you.
Yeah.
It can surprise you when it hits your account. You're like, what the hell's this?
Really, it doesn't matter if it's good as long as it makes money. Mark Hamill.
And it's the truth. Unfortunately, it's the truth. Oh, Kaiser says now I'm broken. It's sold out. Oh no. And LJ trying to set me off with the NTFS from Funko here.
Yeah, we talked about that.
I just talked about that.
Yeah,
I just talked about that. I think I don't like the idea at all because of how expensive it is. I can run that over again here really quickly. Basically, what is it, like $10 for a pack of 5 and $30 for a pack of 17? There's 600 cards, and the best guesstimate thus far is that you would have to spend $1,500 at the minimum to complete the set of cards, and still might not find one of the bonus cards that leads to an actual physical pop. And to me, that just feels like a scam. I don't care for it. You know, I mean, if something that the people want to do, if people are into it, whatever, you know, that's fine. But I think that's a dirty pool on the part of Funko. I think that they found a way to make money without doing anything.
It's
basically
just like the lottery. Like
yeah,
you said,
it's a lottery.
Like buying lottery
it's
tickets.
a lottery. Basically.
Kaiser's still talking about how they pull the old okie doke on him with that figure. He thought that they charged his card and they didn't.
Kenny Potter says, I like it when you do pre-order it and it should take your money right then. Sometimes they don't do that in case it gets canceled. Because then if it gets canceled, they don't have to refund anything and there's no risk on their part. Because then what if something happens to the money that you gave them and then they can't pay you back and then they got to deal with that, or you have to deal with it, you know. But yeah, sometimes when they do that with a pre-order, it's so that they don't have the money exchanging hands until there's a product being actually manufactured.
Let me see.
RA, digital cards are why I hate MTG Arena. Magic the Gathering.
Oh, okay.
I like tangible. Yeah, you want. It's better when you have it in your hands. That's why we always like real books as opposed to like. I never got into like Kindle or anything like that.
LJ say he thinks it's a waste of money and he want to be able to touch his collection.
Yeah,
I agree.
I understand.
I want to be able to look at it, touch it, put it away if I want to, you know. But that's the way the world is trying to move. They're trying to get people into this like minimal lifestyle, and I don't want to do all that.
Yeah, William wants to know how the cats are.
Yeah,
they're fine.
They're getting on my nerves. They need to be thrown out.
We got that whole. She always says that. We got the whole family on the back porch.
Yeah, now that's the cat that I like. They're on the back porch. They come out twice a day for something to eat.
We can't let them in because there's too many of them.
Yeah.
It's literally a family. And I told this story last time. People have been asking us to do a video about some of the cats. I might do that.
He got video clips every time they're out there. He videotaping it.
We had the one cat and he was coming to the porch for a couple of weeks. And he looked awful. I mean, you could see he's a long furred cat. He has like his fur is like this long, but you could see his bones. He looked awful. And we were feeding him on the back porch. You know, he wouldn't get close. You know, you couldn't get within 5 feet of him. You still can't. But we were feeding him. Then he disappears for like 3 or 4 days. We didn't see him again. And it's like, wow, I hope he's okay. Then we're in the kitchen and he's coming, you know, out of the woods into our backyard with 3 other cats in tow. There's a small black female and then 2 little kittens that look exactly like him. Leads them up to our porch and the 4 of them are in there eating out of the bowl. So basically the whole time he was hanging out on our porch, he was scoping us out to see if it was safe to go get the family and bring them back.
David had this whole story about what them cats be thinking.
Now they get another explanation for why he disappeared for 4 days and came back with a family. And now they live in like the wood pile behind the house, and they come out a couple of times a day and sit on the porch and wait for handouts.
Yeah, they're gonna get shocked in the winter when you out there busting up that wood.
Well, they'll have to. I guess they'll move to under the bush or something. But Anyway.
Gilgamesh want to know if you've seen the clips from the new Flash movie.
I didn't see that.
Nope. They are still trying to get DC movie universe going.
They blew it by making it happen too fast. They pushed too fast. And you know what really killed it for me too, because I started off liking it, was the Shazam. It was great until they did the whole Shazam family thing at the end of the film. And then it's like, what the hell is this? So he spends months learning how to be Shazam, and it's like, oh, we'll just snap our fingers and now everybody knows how to do it, right? They killed it.
I saw that movie.
You saw that movie. But they rush. They get ahead of themselves and they rush. That's like when they did Batman versus Superman and they crammed like 4 storylines together. And it's like, slow down. You know, Marvel spent a decade winding themselves up to Endgame, you know, and still rushed things. Like they shoehorned Captain Marvel in there. Oh, yeah. Because so what? So she could show up for like 2 minutes at the end of the last movie. And then they want to do one for Black Widow. If you wanted to build up Black Widow, you should have done it like 8 years ago. Yeah. Not now after Endgame. And then, you know, you alter things so much people don't even want to see the film. But the critics say it's the best Marvel movie ever made.
Yeah, now the actress is suing Disney.
Yeah, but if you ask anybody who saw the film, well, some people like it, but the consensus is a lot of people didn't care for what they did.
Ridley says he's not a fan of Funko Pops, but it is not as if it's something new. Tiny statues of pop culture characters go back to the 70s. It's just an old concept with a new paint.
And I talk about that a lot because, I mean, Remco did it. Remco was doing it in the 60s. You know, Mattel Chatter Chums, Mattel Talk-Ups are the same thing. The Sutton and Sons vinyls are almost identical to the Soda Pop figures. Yeah, it's been around for decades. They just reimagined it.
Steve wanted to know if Mexico called you yet. Yep, he refused to pre-order anything. I don't know what his problem is. He holds grudges.
The last thing because I don't trust their customer service now. The last thing that I ordered, the last thing I ordered was the Destro through Big Bad Toy Store.
Okay. Let's see.
Oh, no.
Yeah, what? Robert said he want to see some cool cat videos.
Yeah, people have been asking me to talk about them in the videos. I might do that though.
Jughead says he sometimes buy digital comics when they're on sale. I bought $5,000 dollars worth of
wow.
I thought you were about to say $5,000 worth of digital comics.
No. Don't do that.
Graphic novels for $500.
That's a great deal.
Yeah.
And Hamlet's tragedy.
No.
His wife doesn't like cats. That's terrible.
I had cat withdrawal for 20 years. That's sad.
We like all animals.
Yeah.
You should see all the birds in the backyard.
Yeah, I feed them, and then they eat up all my blueberries and blackberries.
On the bushes.
Yeah. So we're gonna have an issue there.
See, Peter C likes my story about the cats.
Yeah, sure. The neighborhood cats are going to tell all your friends about. Yeah.
Hell, we feed the strays at work.
Yeah, we do.
We do.
It's stray cats behind the building at work. We buy them food, and then he videotapes it, and we take some of the people out.
And Ridley, that's a great point. He says Papa Cat knows how to provide and protect. Has more honor. He's more honorable than tons of humans. And that's something that I said too. I was like, you can't get some people to be that dedicated.
I know.
Patrick Peluso, hello. Thanks for joining us.
Robert, I really hope NECA does more Filmation Flash Gordon figures. Love to get the Ming robots and Allura.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. The Flash Gordon, and they're on their 3rd set of Flash Gordon figures now. It's the same ones repainted, but it's a 3rd set.
Kaiser said, "Don't you dare criticize." I think that's
Wayman.
I think
he said that on purpose so that YouTube wouldn't kibosh his.
It's a perfect movie. Sure, it is. Paul, we had a pair of ducks that would come to our back door and quack it and got food and water.
They ain't stupid. Ducks are smart like that. LJ's got 5 cats in the house or outside.
really say that there's a photo of David at the security office at Mexico. Yeah,
There
they
might
probably
be.
got a picture of him at the gate.
After
They
that
don't let
video,
this guy in.
after that video that I did complaining about their customer service that one time, if you guys haven't seen it, my Mezco nightmare where they shipped it to the wrong address in another state and refused to even talk to me about it, and I actually called the police in that city, and they went to the person's house and asked them about it, and they surrendered the package to the police officer and gave them some cock and bull story about how when FedEx came there, FedEx forced them to sign for the package. Because you get a package with someone else's name on it, I'm not going to take it. I'll be like, dude, this isn't me, and let them take it back and figure it out, right? Find out where it goes, because any shipping service will redirect the package. But dude decided to keep it.
Yeah, until the police came.
And I'm amazed they did that for me too. I was really appreciative. They even brought it back to the FedEx in town and said, "Hey, this is not where it belongs. We're going to give you address and the right address, and you ship it there." And they did, without charging anybody. So but the customer service that I got from Mezco about that was absolutely terrible.
Yeah.
And I did a video on it like months ago.
RA says he used to rescue horses. I don't know how you get find a wild horse.
You gotta throw a net on them.
But that would be cool.
And no, Jughead and Robert brought that up. They don't bother the birds at all.
No, the birds stay at the bug.
I guess as long as they're getting fed, they don't care.
Yeah,
apparently
they don't care.
Yeah.
Kenny said he has raccoons. Raccoons come to the back porch. Possums be back there.
Mm-hmm.
All the animals that's around here come to our yard.
Yeah, they don't bother each other either.
No.
They kind of like wait in line. I got that one video clip of like the raccoon in the bowl, and the cat is standing like next to him, looking at me in the window, like, you gonna let this keep going on, or
yeah. The raccoon is out in there eating while the cats are there and other stuff. Kenny said he saw your video of that package.
And he's surprised I got it. Yeah, so was I. I didn't know if they were going to do anything. I just thought I would report it, because to me that was theft. You saw someone else's name on the package and you took it. You don't tell. And then they told the police, like I said, that that FedEx made them take it. I'm like, sure, dude, you better sign for this. All right, man, please, I'll take the package.
Oh boy.
LJ says they're outside cats, but he brings them in at night.
Okay, they are all black cats,
Oh.
but one is black and white, and the people here in this hood will run up on your front yard. What?
Oh, that's
what
terrible.
What kind of place you live? God, you gonna come up on somebody's front yard to kill them? That's ridiculous. People are awful. They really are.
They are. That's how we ended up with them in the first place, because they're abandoned. I mean, the one female that's in the house now, I mean, she's obviously neutered. She's a neutered cat.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, so, and she's been in the woods for 2 years behind our house before she decided to approach us. So she's been abandoned all that time. They're all, most of these strays, they're not really feral. They're cats that people just dumped.
Yeah.
And people dump dogs out here too. We've tried. I found, usually the dogs don't last as long. Cats are better at keeping from being dehydrated. Mm. Dogs don't last as long when people put them in the woods, because they dry up faster and they drop dead.
Hey, Mary Lou and Thor
Mary
is
Lou
here.
And Thor Anacostia.
Yeah.
Great podcast as always, but David, you were right about NECA. Some of their products, like the Clown Pennywise, is terrible to stand up. 1990 and 2017 version.
Oh, he got it? It won't stand up, huh?
No.
Even with the peg stand.
Even with the peg stand, yeah. Yeah. Mezco too. Mezco, there's a lot of problems with them standing.
Oh yeah.
But you know what I hate too with the Mezco, with the stand, because they have the foot peg, right? And you put them on the foot peg and they fall off. The foot peg never works. Well, most of the time it doesn't work. They got a little better recently, but they give you the stand, right? If you want to clamp the figure. But they always provide the exact same clamp no matter what size the figure is. So you get a big figure like the Hulk or like Darkseid, the clamp all the way open won't go around that figure. It's useless. Why is it in the package? Waste of time.
Oh boy. Okay. So selling on Facebook Marketplace. How many of you guys have bought on Facebook Marketplace?
Yeah, I was wondering about that because I wanted to put some stuff on Facebook Marketplace. I have tried it a couple of times, and what I get are people offering to buy stuff, and then you never hear from them again. They just kind of fade away. You set your deal up, and then they never pay, and you contact them back, and they ignore you. And I'm like, who besides Justice Curry actually makes any money on Facebook Marketplace?
I bought something from him.
He's the only one that seems to be selling anything there.
And he's real good too, because I bought something from him, and that same day he printed off the label, sent me the tracking number, and I had it in like less than 5 days. He was really good about it. You know, because at first I'm like, oh man, I'm kind of nervous.
He's got a big reputation on Facebook though, and people are looking for him there. So that's probably why. But I've put stuff on there before and just wasted my time.
Yeah, because you don't know if people are really on the up and up. So you kind of get nervous about it.
I understand that.
Yeah, you get nervous. Robert says he don't like Facebook or Twitter. Only have YouTube. Yeah, me too. I don't have Facebook, Twitter.
Of the three, Twitter's the worst.
What's the other one? The picture one. Instagram. None of that. YouTube is all I have. So I can watch videos, and that's all I want to do is watch videos.
Oh, RA, and that doesn't surprise me.
What happened?
RA says you'd be surprised how many people abuse horses here in Arizona. If you have the property and set up, you can rescue horses. Unfortunately, I downsized property and can't keep the horses anymore.
Oh, that's a mess.
That doesn't surprise me because people are cruel. Most people are cruel, and they'll hurt something if they can. It's unfortunate.
We drove through Kentucky, real pretty countryside in Kentucky, and they have the horse rescue things on the areas, and they're along the interstate. Yeah. For the retired race horses.
Yeah.
This is, I can't pronounce that name.
Lostian. Hi guys, greeting from Melbourne, Australia. And Ridley confirms, they say that with the NECA aliens, the bodies are designed so weird the figures won't even stand up. They're gonna lean on things, lean on each other.
Well, the aliens, you would think that they would do more because that head has to be top heavy.
The Kenner made it work. Those Kenner aliens would stand. So I don't know. William says he bought a roll top desk on Marketplace.
Brandon says he hates Facebook Marketplace. I've talked to people and they never show up.
Yeah.
I sell a lot of retro games and figures, or they will lowball you.
Yeah, that's true. Or you make and Justice Curry does complain about that too. He even posts it sometimes where they agree to a price and then someone comes back at him with another price and it's like, dude, you just said you were going to pay this. Now what? I got other people waiting. I don't blame them. And
Jughead says he's going to start selling on Facebook Marketplace. Only reason I joined Facebook, I wouldn't ship pickup only
at a storage bin.
Okay. Yeah, probably at Walmart would be better than a storage bin, especially if you keep your stuff at the storage.
Yeah. Paul Robotnik says he bought some older Star Wars figures from a company. They took his money and never sent the figures, and he had to put a claim with your bank to try and get the money back.
I did that. I bought something off of a website and they never shipped it. And I put a claim in. I gave the bank all the information. They wrote it all down.
Yeah.
And then they still was like, oh, we couldn't figure out anything. So they took my money back.
Mary Lou, why are people so cruel? Because they have to want to be good.
Yeah. You're not born good.
No, you're born selfish. You have to be selfish and aggressive when you're born, because as a baby with no way to communicate, it's the only way you can get attention. You've got to make noise, you've got to be greedy, you got to get what you need. But as you mature, you should grow out of that and you should want to be better. Unfortunately, most don't, and they stay selfish and greedy and stupid and cruel, unfortunately, and that's the majority of people. I know that's way off topic, but it's the truth.
Yeah, animals are so loyal. That's true.
Yeah.
That's why we got so many in the backyard.
Animals do what they're supposed to do. People don't.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. And animals don't lie. They like you or they don't. It's as simple as that. Hey, I like you. Hey, I tolerate you. Hey, I don't like you. Not like I'm going to pretend to like you to see what I can get or any of that.
Peter, Facebook Market is not very reliable here in Argentina. There are too many scammers.
You know what's gotten real bad too is Craigslist. You can't trust Craigslist
Yeah,
at all
you
anymore.
can't.
As a seller, even, I think it's worse as a seller than it is as a buyer, because when you have something to sell, a lot of scams try to contact you. It's not even real people; it's bots. I think I got that on here.
Steve got to go take his dog for a walk. He'll be back in a few minutes. We probably will be here.
Yeah, we'll probably still be here, Steve. Let me see.
Ridley, humans really do think too highly of themselves. We might be on the top of the food chain, but we're just as savage as 1,000 years ago. Yeah. We just have smartphones now.
Yeah, basically, we just have more technology. And here's I'm going to read this, and this is right off of my phone there, and this is from Craigslist from a few months ago. I saved it because I wanted to talk about it at some point, and it's for a lot that I put on. It says, "Hi, I'm interested in your huge lot of Imaginext figures and toys. I'll send you a Google Voice code. If your post is real, reply to the code. Then I'll call you. Can you send it?" Never ever do that, and I knew this. And I responded back, and I responded back with, "And I'm interested in not getting my info hijacked by some shithead who thinks I don't know what the whole Google Voice code scam is or how it works," right? And the response I got was, "Okay, check your phone message and give me the 6-digit code." Because it's a machine. It's a program. It's not even a person texting me. I just insulted you and told you piss off. And you're still, and then and then message me again. Did you get the code yet? It's hilarious. But yeah, you can't trust Craigslist anymore.
No, you can't. You can't. We had some good luck on it though. We have had some luck, but you know, it's just like anything else. You get some good apples and you got the bad ones.
Thorin Acosta says he had some real good luck getting Mezco Gomez.
Oh, that's good.
I might be selling my agent Gomez.
Oh, yeah. He pulled out a whole lot of stuff to sell.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm thinning out some of the Mezcos, some of the ones that I looking at it, I don't really care for them so much.
RA says he refused to use Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist. It is too many scammers. Craigslist used to have cool stuff. Yeah, now it's all scams. Hey, Rakeem.
There's Rakeem Watkins.
Robert said, you said some sites are okay. You said Macari was okay, right? Yes, Macari is okay.
I bought
a lot of stuff.
They are weird, but
well, the only thing that's weird about them, and it's not really weird, they're really protecting you. I bought a figure from them, that Dukes of Hazzard Bo Duke I bought, and when I got it, it was all damaged. And I contacted the seller and I told him, I was like, hey, you know, the thing is all messed up. And we agreed that he said that he wanted to give me a partial refund. I agreed with that. And you know, we contacted Macari, and Macari was like, no, we don't do partial refunds. You send it back and you get a full refund. And that was the only thing. They sent me the slip, the packing slip. I packed it up, and soon as the guy got it back, or they showed that it was delivered, they refund me my money. But they're pretty good. I bought several things off of Macari. Etsy is pretty good. I bought things off of them, never had a problem on Etsy. I've used OfferUp and Let Go were two different sites. Now they're one site. Yeah. They're pretty much like Craigslist. You know, it's local. You know, you find stuff. Yeah. But I never had a problem. If you ever sell your props, please let me know. Yeah. I'm not gonna, you know, I got something to sell, but I'm not gonna sell like all I have.
Yeah.
I thought you was reading what Ridley said.
Yeah, Ridley. I was shocked and wary of the great deal on eBay listing of Tom and Jerry meet Sherlock Holmes, but eBay makes you aware if it's a buyer you bought from, so I knew I could trust it. Yeah. Yeah, they do say that sometimes. Although eBay's not that great either sometimes. They got some weird things that go on there.
I never use Whatnot. He asked if we ever used the Whatnot app. No. What vintage shirt are you wearing today? David has on a Star Wars shirt.
It's you know, reproduction of the classic movie poster. Star Wars.
He's so proud of that shirt.
Star Wars. Am I?
Look at the look on your face. Like you're all
it's
proud.
a reproduction of the original Star Wars.
Oh, I got a Star Wars shirt.
Yeah. It's just a shirt.
I like the Whatnot app, but it's can be trouble. I never heard of it actually. So
no, I don't know that much about that. About Whatnot.
Yeah. David got some things to show.
Oh, do I? Any Weebles fans out there?
No.
Oh, well, then never mind. I've got a package of Weebles. That's the back of the package. Can you guess what it is?
Nobody wants to see the back of the package.
Yeah, 1979 Hasbro Romper Room. Flintstones. It's actually like a ridiculously rare set. Mint on the card. I like me some Weebles. They wobble, but they don't fall down.
Oh my God. Why do you do things like that?
Why not? I can do whatever I want with Fred, Wilma, and Pebbles Flintstone. But look how small Fred looks in comparison to his like gigantic wife and daughter there.
Yeah. Wilma looks like, golly.
Yeah, Wilma looks like she weighs 380 pounds. And she's got like, it's like, oh God, what was the name of that show? Honey Boo Boo and her mom.
Oh. William X is that die cast.
No, but it does have lead in it because there's a lead weight in the bottom of these. That's how they wobble back up. That's actually, like I was saying, a very rare set. This one, any novelty characters like they did Mickey Mouse ones, they did Santa Claus, they did the Easter Bunny, those kind of stuff. Very difficult to find those. The Weebles are cool. Thank you, Peter.
Robert was talking about buying hot toy bodies. I'm looking at buying some 1/6 scale bodies because I'm gonna make me an action figure. I'm just trying to decide which one, but I gotta find a person to do the head, do a head sculpt, and then I'll ask them, what bodies do they recommend based on the head sculpt.
That's right.
So that's where I am in my building of an action figure.
No, I never collected Mighty Beans. Yeah, Kaiser and Paul are talking about that. They're similar, but no, I never bought Mighty Beans.
Mighty Beans.
Mighty Beans.
Love Weevil Funko doors. Remind me of Weevils.
Kind of, yeah. That does tie in. William says we have good chemistry.
Oh, do we?
Yeah. Do we?
I guess.
Do we have good chemistry? I hope so. We've been together long enough.
I know.
Yeah, we're not going anywhere anytime soon. We have our anniversary coming.
Yeah, by now we got to stay together now.
Oh, we have to? We have to stay together for the cats.
Yeah. For the cats.
What are the cats going to do if we break up? We're going to have to tolerate each other. You'll have to start sleeping on the sofa.
Yeah, that'll happen. What kind of head you looking for? An actor, a movie? No, a TV character. A TV character. A TV character head. I know you said on eBay, and I did look it up, but I knew I wasn't gonna find what I'm looking for on eBay.
Yeah.
So I saw two people, one on Facebook, one on Instagram, and I contacted them, but that's as far as I got because I didn't get any.
Robert, just a fan, asking about toys for the Great Space Coaster. I don't think they ever did. I remember that show. Was that the one where they had Gary Gnu does the news? Do you know Mark Hamill guest starred as Luke Skywalker on that show?
Well, you can on Instagram. Yeah. LJ was saying a lot of people do heads on Instagram. I did contact somebody from Instagram, but they didn't contact me back. Don't panic. Hi, David. What's your opinion of the Egg Attack action figures?
They're okay, but I've never handled one, so I can't tell you, because if I do a review, I'll tell you how it feels, if it feels cheap or whatever. I've never handled one. They look okay. It's not my cup of tea though. I don't think it's something I would collect personally.
Egg Attack is the one that's on Sideshow, right? They look like Pops.
No, it's an action figure, but it's got a big head. You know the ones.
Yeah, they sell it on Sideshow. Don't they look like Pops a little bit?
I guess. Yeah, you could say that because they're caricatures.
Somebody else want to know about those Funko NFTs.
Armando
NFTs.
Brito. And I talked about that briefly. I think it's a ripoff because it did come up a couple of times already this evening. I think it's kind of a ripoff because you're not getting anything.
Yeah.
And for the price, you know, like $10 for a pack of 5 and $30 for a pack of 17, it would, to get the whole set, it would cost a minimum of $1,500, and you don't even have anything to show for it. And even if you got the whole set, there's no guarantee you'd get a bonus card that led to an actual pop. It feels like a scam to me. It's a lottery scam, Ponzi scheme.
Brandon wants to know how long we've been married.
How long have we been married? I want to see if you know.
I know how long we've been married.
How long have we been married?
9 years.
Oh my God!
It'll be 9 years.
It'll be 9 years in September. So, and we've known each other for 2 years prior to that. So all in 11 years.
Oh yeah. Ridley, are there toys that either of you have that are off limits to the other? Yeah, I don't want him touching on my Joaquin Phoenix Joker statue. I didn't like the way he was handling it.
Whatever. We did the review. We did the review of it.
I ain't like how you was touching it.
She's just being smart. No, I don't. I'm not worried about her touching any of my stuff.
No, because I don't mess with his stuff. I don't mess with mine. Shoot, he put it together. I don't touch it because I'm clumsy. I already broke a couple of statues, so I don't mess with stuff. I put it up. If it's a statue or something like that, he puts it together, and I ask him to help me put it where it needs to go. If it's something that needs to be moved, I have him move it. So then if it breaks, I know who to go to get it replaced. But that's how that goes. But no, I don't mess with nothing of his. He don't, I don't mess, like I said, I don't mess with nothing of mine, but he comes over and help me with stuff.
Yeah, what was
Captain Planet? Rakeem want Captain Planet. We were talking about Captain Planet.
They made Captain Planet figures before in the 90s. Yeah, they did. It's been done.
Captain Planet I used to watch that.
Kaiser
with the rings.
It didn't make any sense. Captain Planet doesesn't make any freaking sense because he's supposed to protect the environment, and what's his weakness? Pollution. Does that make any sense? So you're allergic to what you're supposed to prevent. That's like a swimmer who's allergic to water. Doesn't make any sense. Kaiser says we've been married 84 years since the Titanic.
I wish. So. When LJ saying that when you collect up all the cards, you get an exclusive Freddy Funko. Well, they have the Ninja Turtle. Is
that the one?
No, you get the Turtles pops too.
You don't get them all. You have to get the card.
I know, but he makes it sound like you collect the cards to get the Freddy Funko, but you can get
There's a lot going on with that.
But you get the Ninja Turtles. They have like the black light ones. They look black light or something like that.
Master Hoarder says, congratulations. Looks like you guys passed the 7-year itch. I saw that movie.
Oh, I never saw that movie.
Yeah, well, according to the premise of the movie, after about 7 years, you get sick of each other and you want to cheat.
RA says him and his wife has been married for 20 years. He on his third wife. Oh. You know what? It said third time's the charm.
Oh, I hope so.
Let's see, Robert. There's a lot of 1/6 head sculpts of characters and third-party figures. Tom Welling, Roger Moore, Jackie Chan, Will Smith, etc. I'll look around, but I think the one I want, I'm gonna have to get custom. If you guys renew your vows, is it going to be an audience of toys? Well, I don't think we're going to renew no vows now. We had a big old wedding. We spent a lot of money.
It was a gigantic wedding.
It wasn't a lot of people, but it was very elaborate. A whole lot was going on.
Yeah.
And it was a whole lot of this and that. And, and I liked it. I thought it was great. I thought it was the best wedding in the world. And that was enough right there. We go on a trip or something like that and look into each other's eyes and confess our love for each other. That's enough. It's cheaper.
Oh, no.
Let's see. Kenny, Super 7 or probably do Captain Planet. Yeah. They're doing everything else.
$55 a figure.
Yeah. They're doing everything else.
Star Wars Legacy said he had Captain Planet toys when he was a kid.
Robert want to know what character I'm looking for. I want Barnabas Cox's head.
Yeah, Barnabas Collins.
Yeah, I really want that figure. I mean, I'm loving that show, Dark Shadows. So I really want a Barnabas Collins action figure, in 1/6 scale. They do have a 1/6 scale figure by Majestic Studios. It looks kind of lame. It looks kind of cheesy. Plus, they want $500 for it.
It's all chunky and like early model type.
And I think it's Biff Bang Pow did it too. And they want ridiculous prices for it. I'm not paying that. And then it doesn't look all that amazing. I mean, it looks all right, but it doesn't look great.
Ridley wants to know, was there a memorable cereal box toy that you got? Would you like to see it? It's in this room.
Oh, David got a cereal box toy?
Yeah, I have a handful.
Okay.
But I mean, there's one in this room.
Oh.
Can anybody see it? Can anybody see it? If you want to see it, I'll show it to you. And Armando Rito wants to know if we'll be buying anything from FunCon. I don't think so.
From where?
FunCon.
I do want 2 things from FunCon.
I don't want anything.
But they're what you call it? Toy Tokyo exclusive, so I probably won't get it. So every time I've tried to get something off of Toy Tokyo, I can never figure, can never get on.
Toy Tokyo is impossible.
It's always sold out real quick.
Rakeem wants to know who remembers Reboot. I remember Reboot. I had that action figure series too.
Oh yeah.
Reboot was an interesting show.
I don't know what
it was. All right.
You collect all the common and rare Freddy Funkos. You collect all the rare ones. Okay. Super. They went to Toys R Us on their honeymoon. No, we didn't.
No. William says, what happened to the Captain Action line? I bought the Spider-Man years ago at Toys R Us. That was Playing Mantis. Playing Mantis made the reissue Captain Action figures. I don't think Playing Mantis is out there anymore. I think they're gone. Oh, LJ says he's going to Kokomo Toys.
Oh, you're going to do that? That'll be cool. We never made it there. That's in Indiana. That's in Indiana. I wanted to go there when we lived in Illinois, and I don't know.
Yeah.
I kept putting it off until now we're in Georgia. RA says that Dark Shadows is awesome, ahead of its time. It was
interesting. It's pretty interesting.
What are they? What is he talking about? LJ.
I don't know.
Okay.
Oh, he's asking about the cereal box prizes.
Oh yeah, you was talking about that, but you never got up to get it.
I said, does anybody want to see it? And nobody answered. So
now we're gonna play games.
That's
anyway,
right.
I saw very little of Dark Shadow and don't remember it well, but I like the Johnny Depp. No.
Well, the Johnny Depp is more of a comedy, and Dark Shadows isn't.
Not a comedy.
Dark Shadows is funny because it was like a live production, and they made a lot of mistakes. Yeah. They forgot lines. You saw cameras.
You saw people walking by, coughing in the background.
Reflections. You hear things fall, and somebody drops like a pail in the background, and then so there's a lot of campiness to it that gives it some charm. Here, I'll go get that thing. Somebody wants to see.
Let me see, Robert. You can look up the name of the character, just put in 1/6 scale the name of the character, maybe get lucky. Yeah, I found a decent Connery Bond head sculpt that way. Some people part out of pricey figure. Yeah, I get a chance to get. Okay, go ahead. He got his little thing.
Comic Mike says now I have to see it.
Oh boy.
Cereal box prizes, vintage 80s cereal box prizes. Oops. The Captain and the Sogmaster from Captain Crunch cereal. And there's actually 4 figures. And you see these 2 most often, and not the Soggies, because there's 2 glow-in-the-dark Soggies also. And you only got the Soggies if you bought the board game with the mail-away card on the back of the cereal box. So people say, oh, they were all cereal box prizes. No, only these 2 were, but you got all 4 if you bought the board game. And I have all 4 down in the basement. I have all 4 in the basement, and these 2 are extras. And who asked me? Ridley Cinema asked that question, right?
Yeah.
Ridley Cinema, contact me at our email address that's in the description box down below, and I will send these to you.
Hey, LJ wanted to know which ones I want. I want the 2 Masters of the Universe figures that are going. I can't even remember who they are now, but they're both going to Toy Tokyo. Those are the ones that I want. Kaiju said there's some good custom head sculpts on eBay. I got a BAF head because it was $100. Okay. I'll look on eBay. I'll just type in the name. I never typed in the name for a head sculpt, so I'll do that. Those are neat. The only cereal toys I kind of wanted was some DuckTale figures. Wish Mezco would make a Darkman figure.
Oh yeah, Darkman was funny. The first one was funny. It didn't need 4. And you can ruin a movie by making sequels like Kickboxer. Kickboxer, fantastic film. Kickboxer 2, 3, and 4, garbage. The same thing with the Darkman, the original Darkman with Liam Neeson. Fun. That movie was fun. 2, 3, and 4, absolutely unnecessary. They needed to stop.
Distorted Reality is here. I am still trying to get over the JJ Arms figure from Ideal. I never even seen or heard of JJ Arms before. Thanks, David, for the mind-blown experience.
JJ Arms. That's who he's talking about. I did a showcase of this figure and the vehicle playset. And this is getting harder and harder to find. I neglected to mention it actually in the showcase.
Oh, what?
Because his body, you notice his head doesn't look proportionate at all. He's got like this tiny head and this big jacked up chest.
Yeah.
That's because that is Action Boy's body. To save money, Ideal Toy Corporation just made a head sculpt and stuck it on Action Boy's body because they still had the molds. So people cannibalize these for parts for Action Boy all the time.
Oh wow!
So it's getting harder and harder to find JJ Arms. But yeah, this is I did the showcase this week. It was only ever 2 things, and the third item that they had put in the catalog, they canceled it and it never got into production. So there's just this figure and the mobile command center.
Oh, really? Says there a way to send a message through YouTube because anybody can claim to be me if they.
Oh no!
Oh no! Nobody's gonna do that. They probably would though.
But you can try. Are you on my Instagram? Contact.
Or Facebook.
Yeah, on the Instagram, or if you're in the Facebook group, you can contact me and we'll set it up.
And he said that Rob Zombie is doing the Monsters movie because he's a big Monsters fan.
We'll see. We'll see how big of a Monsters fan he is when the film comes out.
Do either of you collect California raisins? No, I don't.
I don't have any of those. No.
California raisins.
That's something that went too far.
But California raisins?
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah. It's like, okay, let's just not do this anymore. Because, okay, you had the commercials and
then
okay,
they had the cartoon,
you had the toy and they had a Saturday morning cartoon. We did not need a Saturday morning cartoon and we did not need a Michael Jackson California raisin. Okay?
They had a Michael?
Yeah, they did. That did not need to happen. Yeah, Gilgamesh says he saw Darkman. It was a great movie, but he never saw any of the sequels. You're not missing much. The sequels didn't have to happen, and they did not include Darkman, and they brought Durant back, and Durant was dead in the first film. Where are we?
I don't know.
I know that we try to keep up, guys. Yeah, Jughead, soggies were the enemy of breakfast cereal. That's right. that was in the commercial. Peter wants to know if you have gems in the holograms.
No, I don't have any gems in a hologram. I didn't care for that when it was out. I used to watch it because my cousin, she really liked it. But I never cared for gem. So no, I don't have any gem in anything.
Yeah. And Stone Sour says Rob Zombie already ruined Halloween, so he'll probably ruin the monsters too.
I don't think he did the first Halloween he did. I think it was okay.
I know
with
what he
the
was
little
trying
boy.
to do. There's a couple of things that I didn't like. One was the constant vulgarity. And the other thing I didn't like was what happened to Danny Trejo.
Yeah.
That pissed me off.
Because
actually.
Well, it is true to Michael Myers' character. He just kill up anybody. So in that.
But he has his moments where he's back down.
He has his.
You can sense it sometimes from him. But I think I would have liked it better if he just backed off of Danny Trejo and walked out.
Yeah,
You know
I think
mean?
it would have showed a little more compassion.
Because then
on
he
his
shows
part.
compassion at the end of it when he at the end of the film when they're trying to reason with him and he stops, he slows down, and then they shoot the crap out of him, right?
Yeah.
But then he should have had compassion for Danny Trejo in that moment, and they blew that. R.A. Highlander was a movie that didn't need sequels or a series, in my opinion, either. Yeah, probably not.
Who? Which one?
Highlander.
Oh, I never saw Highlander.
There can be only one.
Oh, shoot. No, I'm looking up something for LJ real quick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so go ahead.
Yeah, Distortion says no need to mess with John Carpenter's original idea. No.
Yeah.
And the first two Halloween films, that was supposed to be it. They were tied together. It was like one movie. It was like Superman 1 and 2, the original 70s version with Christopher Reeve. 1 and 2 were written as one story, but it was way too long, so they cut it into two films. So they work and they tie together. When they made Superman 3 and 4, it just kept getting goofier and goofier. And those two films didn't need to happen. Although Superman 3 is funny to watch, but it's not well done. I do like when he confronts Lex Luthor and I am the father now. That was funny, but yeah. See, Kenny says, yeah, he didn't have to kill Danny. I felt from when that happened, I was really in my mind, I was done watching it. I was like, I don't know if I want to see the rest of this now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Halloween was good, just too much screaming. That's what Damien Dyer says that.
I like Halloween.
Yeah.
The third one wasn't bad because I saw where they were going with that. They ended it with 1 and 2.
If they didn't call it Halloween, people would love it.
But I saw what they wanted to do. I think they wanted every Halloween to come out with a different movie.
Mm-hmm.
But then people got hooked on Michael Myers, and it was like, you couldn't do anything else. So, but the third one was actually pretty good.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
But people didn't give
story.
it a chance. I don't believe people actually gave it a chance.
And there's Warren. He says, let's cross over Halloween and the Munsters. Yeah.
Warren.
Hey, Warren, how are you? And what was it? William Randall says Highlander was one of my favorite shows in the 90s.
I never saw Highlander.
Did you see the episode that had Roddy Piper in it? Roddy Piper guest starred in an episode.
Oh, yeah, okay.
You still looking that up?
Yeah.
Gilgamesh wants to know if I ever saw the Chex Quest game. It was a Doom clone that was based on Chex cereal. I don't think I saw that.
LJ is Roboto and Whiplash. Those are the two. Roboto and Whiplash.
Oh, Toy Tokyo? Yeah.
Yeah, those are the two. Roboto and Whiplash. Okay, I'm done with that.
Okay, we don't do the sodas at all.
No, so I've seen the videos of people opening up the sodas, and that was just.
And it cracked me up because I joke about it all the time because the guy had 19 cases.
He literally had that
19 cases. They all shake it up for good luck, and then he peels it off and drops the pog out. No, not this one. And it's like, dude, what are you gonna do with all those commons? Because I don't know how well they sell, but it seems to be that Chase is all anybody want.
Yeah. Ari says Roddy's best movie was They Live. They Live was a great movie.
He was in a lot of crappy B films.
I don't think I've ever seen anything else with him.
They Live is definitely Piper's best film. Absolutely.
Different dead bodies be more than one Frankenstein. Robert said he thinks Frankenstein would have been better if they took different dead bodies to make more than one Frankenstein.
Oh, multiple Frankensteins?
And Robert says he never watched wrestling, so he doesn't know who Roddy Piper is.
Roddy Piper's the one that wore the kilt.
Well, he don't know because he don't watch wrestling.
If you ever saw that, you might have seen the character though. He's the one that always wore the red kilt.
Hollywood doesn't believe in there can only be just one.
No,
that's
not
true.
if there's a dime to be made out of it.
Yeah, if they can make a penny, they're gonna redo it. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, Master Hoarder. To this day, I still don't understand how Michael Myers became superhuman. At least with Jason, he was an undead. And again, that's the point. He was supposed to die at the end of the second film when they blew him up.
But the thing with Michael Myers, and I thought they were going to do it in the last movie that was made, not the one that's just coming out, but the last one that was just made. I thought that when him and what was her name, the sister, got, came
Jamie
face
Lee Curtis.
Jamie Lee Curtis character got together. I thought they were gonna say something like, "Why are you doing all this?" Because they never explained what happened to him to cause him to do that. And I thought Rob Zombie was going to do that.
He was trying to show the kid had a nervous breakdown or something.
But then that wasn't like true to the, well, I guess so. Because in the original movie, it was like one night he went trick-or-treating, came home, and then killed his whole family.
Yeah.
But in the Rob Zombie film, the boy was older. He was a little bit older, and he was crazy, and he snapped. So they kind of took it a little bit different.
Yeah.
But I always just wondered, like, what happened, and I was hoping that it would eventually come out of what happened to him. And then in the one with the niece, it seemed like they were going to get something going, because he wanted to kill a niece, and the niece was like, "No, Uncle Michael, don't." And then he started crying. She took the mask off and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was going somewhere, and then whatever.
Yeah. Gilgamesh has to feed the chickens.
Oh man, you got chickens?
Well,
we want chickens
now.
so bad, huh?
You gotta wait till they come back. And he says, "Be right back. I need to feed my chickens."
Oh yeah, I want chickens so bad. But somebody said that we can't have them in the yard.
Well, it's got to be the yard has to be sectioned off, right?
Yeah.
Or else they'll cause, or because they can cause a lot of damage to a yard.
He's worried about the squirrels.
Where am I? Oh, don't panic. What's your opinion of the Robert De Niro version of Frankenstein? I never saw that one.
I never knew he was in a.
Yeah, there was a thing going on for a while. Like Jack Nicholson was in Wolf, and he was the Wolf Man.
Oh.
They were doing a thing like that, a little stint for a while back in the 90s. Was it? Was it the 90s? But I never saw that. I didn't see Wolf either. It just seemed to me like, oh, we'll just take a celebrity and redo a Universal Monsters classic, and you'll watch it because it's De Niro and Jack Nicholson, and I didn't.
Well, thank you, LJ. I hope so. If you can, I greatly appreciate it. Thank you a lot. We used to have chicken coop. I want some chicken so we can get some eggs. And
Stone Sour wants to know if the chicken eggs taste different than the supermarket ones. Yeah, they do.
The farm raised ones, especially if you let them run wild and you don't feed them any corn. Let them just pick on the yard and eat the worms and the bugs out of the yard.
Yeah, if they eat a normal diet. I mean, industrial farms want to feed everything corn because it's cheap. Yeah. But most of these animals, they're not designed really to digest it. Their bodies aren't meant to eat that.
And then in the industrial farm, they pump them full of hormones. So then, of course, that gets into the eggs, and then you ingest and all that. But you raise them yourself. Just let them run free. They'll be all right. The reason Michael Myers is a murderous psycho is because there's no ice cream.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
You know what? Because sometimes they would give you those McDonald's coupons instead of candy in your trick-or-treat bag.
Who the heck do that?
They do that. You buy the coupon book. It's like free hamburger, free soda, or something like that. Free French fries.
They didn't do that when I grew up. They gave you candy.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Must not have been a McDonald's in your neighborhood.
Have you watched Penny Dreadful?
We haven't seen that.
I've seen it advertised, to watch, but I've just never watched it. How did the chicken cross the road? Oh, supposed to be why did the chicken cross the road? Oh, Mortal Kombat 2.
Why did the chicken cross the playground?
I don't know. Why?
To get to the other slide.
No ice cream at McDonald's. No shakes will make my murderous. No, McDonald's didn't have good ice cream or shakes anyway. You got to go to Dairy Queen. When I worked at McDonald's,
Dairy Queen was decent.
I used to make the shakes and the ice cream, and that's when they had the fudge, and they had the strawberry syrup, with the real strawberry. I would put all that in the milkshake. You come in there talking about you want strawberry milkshake. I took the strawberry filling, put it in there with the milkshake, and then they want chocolate. I put the chocolate syrup in there, and made the sundaes. I just put all kinds of stuff on it. I did too much.
Keep in mind, guys, this is back when McDonald's used to actually bake the biscuits.
Yeah.
They didn't come prefab off a truck.
Yeah, because we had a lady back there. That's all she did. She came in, she opened the store, she made biscuits, and after breakfast was over, she went home for the day.
It's all industrial now.
Yeah.
So, and the eggs come in a tanker. I don't know if you ever saw how that's done. The eggs, the liquid egg, that for the McDonald's farm. You know, you ever see like the trucks that are for transporting gas? They got those for eggs, and they have machines that crack the eggs that they collect from their farm, and they fill those tankers with it, and they drive them to the factory where they manufacture and freeze the eggs that go in the McDonald's sandwiches now. I've seen a documentary on it. It's crazy.
Hold on, I'm trying to catch up with a couple of stuff. Okay. LJ said he's helping some people out again. Thank you. Nice, thank you a lot. Actually, I really appreciate that. If you can do it, great. If not, it's no hard feelings. I just thank you for the offer, and I appreciate that. Paul watched Robot Chicken. He thought a lot of the skits were hilarious. Jughead said Jason was supposed to die in the third movie, but his death was lame, so they made the fourth to finish him off. That's why Jason is not in the fifth. I only ever saw the first Jason, and then I've
seen a couple of them, but you know they kind of blur together.
I saw Jason versus Freddy when they were. That's okay. Yeah. I'm not going to even say it. I saw Freddy and Jason, and that's the end of that comment. Okay, Stone said I missed McDonald's burger shaped seats. Yeah, I remember that.
Back when McDonald's was child oriented, like a lot of restaurants were. Yeah. And they had the French fry seats, and they had the murals.
And they had kids meal.
Yeah, and they had the high chairs with all of the gimmicks on it. And they had the little trays and everything. When you could get, do they still even make McDonald Land cookies?
I don't know. They used to make the little cookies.
Yeah. Yeah, and you wanted them even though they tasted like, you know, Lorna Doones, actually.
McDonald's eggs are bland. When I worked at McDonald's, we had the Sunday buffet. So every Sunday they would make up a buffet, and they'll have eggs, hash browns, the pancakes, the sausage on there, and you had the buffet.
Brandon wants to know if we remember the McDonald's version of the Food Transformers. Yeah, absolutely. They did a couple of waves of those.
Oh yeah, didn't you have some?
No, I want to get a set of those. Actually, I want a set, but they did it 2 or 3 times. Different food. You know, it's the McDonald's food, and it would transform into a robot. Yeah, and it's just neat. It's one of their more interesting or innovative prizes. And you know, I come from the old school day of prizes too, when like Burger King would give you little frisbees, or
they give you real stuff.
I've got the instruments. They had little piccolos. They're shaped like pickles. They play them like a little flute. I got a couple of those downstairs.
Really, people live off of fast food. You don't know how they can eat that or afford it every day. Fast food is expensive. I mean, you go and get a meal, it's like $8 for like the burger, the fries, and a drink.
RA's got to go.
Okay. Well, thank you for stopping by.
Yeah, we will see you.
Yeah, go make your dinner. After Five Guys and Tasty Burger, I can't eat it. Five Guys is not good. We ate at Five Guys.
I wasn't impressed.
I didn't like it. I didn't think the food was all that good. McDonald's cookies used to be in the shape of the characters. Right. Now they're just plain. Well, now they sell chocolate chip cookies like everybody else.
Yeah, they got a tray set up like Ann's or something like that they used to have in the pizza shops or whatever. They're trying to make it look more, and again, that comes from their coffee shop era where they were trying to compete with Starbucks.
Distorted reality, the best prizes came out of the Cracker Jack box. Yep.
Yeah, back when they were still doing it, but even in the 80s, they were getting away from that. You were getting tattoos and stickers.
Yeah, tattoos and stickers. Five Guys drowns their fries in salt. Five Guys is overrated.
There we go.
I do like free peanuts though. Yeah.
A lot of people are getting on Five Guys now.
I haven't seen a Quiznos in a long time. You just reminded me.
I don't think I've ever been to a Quiznos.
I've been to a Quiznos. That's similar to the
sub shop, right?
Subway, but it's like a higher quality. They probably use real meat, unlike
Here we go.
Subway that got me with that darn tuna.
You know
Who
that
knows what you
for
was eating?
anybody who missed that
My
Subway,
knee hurt.
they buried that pretty quickly, actually, because you haven't heard about it in a couple of months.
It came back up a little bit.
Did it? Subway is in the middle of a lawsuit now because some an independent laboratory, as an experiment, decided to test their tuna sandwich and were not able to identify the tuna.
Yeah,
And
they
so
said
they
it wasn't
sent
fish.
they contacted other laboratories, and those laboratories in turn got Subway tuna sandwiches and tested it, and they cannot identify what kind of meat it is. They said it's definitely not seafood at all. It did not come from the ocean, whatever it is, but they do not know what the tuna is. And Subway says that's not true, no comment. And now there's a lawsuit.
Yeah,
So,
now we don't go to Subway anymore.
And I wonder if it's some kind of synthetic meat. If it's because they can like 3D print meat because they're experimenting with that in the Kentucky Fried Chickens in China now.
I'm with Robert. Yeah. It's people.
Soylent Green, folks.
Anybody remember Big Boy's restaurant? No, I never. They didn't have them in my area.
Not around me either.
To serve men is people. That was a good episode of the Twilight Zone. To serve man.
To serve man. Yeah, I know.
Oh boy.
The Canamits.
Yeah, I have that figure.
It's Jared. Yeah, okay. Custom Comic Shop says it's a mashed up Jared.
Probably because they got mad at him after that whole to-do.
Yeah, and Ridley says, yeah, that's crazy because the Subway tuna was one of their better items. And it could be, again, that because, like I said, they can 3D print meat now, but it's just, they mix the ingredients to create a synthetic meat that it's not plant-based or anything, but they're experimenting with it in China in the restaurants. I know KFC's been doing it with their nuggets over there. So maybe they found a way to 3D print fake tuna. And that's why when they're experimenting with this stuff, they say it's meat, but it's not. It's seafood, but it isn't. It's not tuna. What the hell is this? And Sonic, they're probably doing it too. But Subway just doesn't want to admit what they've been doing, if that's the case.
Distorted reality is probably crab meat. Yeah, that imitation crab. Gilgamesh is back. He said his chicken ate some pumpkin.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Subway wise, I always get either meatball sub or spicy Italian. Okay. Where did the G.I. Joe 12-inch Joe Zeta come from? And was he ever a character in the G.I. Joe's animated 80s show?
Joe Zeta?
Average Gamer. Hey!
That sounds familiar.
Firehouse sub is good.
I don't think he was. What is that, Joe Zeta?
I don't know.
That sounds familiar. I can't think, though. Oh, Robert's confused by Sonic. I don't know, what does the speaker thing do outside? And William thinks that meat from a computer is dumb. Hey, it's the way of the future.
Yeah, they're trying to. I don't know what they're doing.
Because it's cheap. If it can be done cheaper, they'll do it.
Regular meat can be processed cheaper. They just don't want to.
Yeah.
The elites want us to eat bugs and 3D printed meat.
3D printed meat. They won't eat it. They did that. They covered that concept on Snowpiercer.
Yeah.
Because that's what those people were eating. And when they were at the sushi bar, when they worked their way through the train, they were eating insects. It was ground up insects.
But you remember, they were killing the people.
It was inside the machine. It was bugs that were being ground up.
I thought they were grinding up the people.
And he said they were eating when they were at the sushi bar, when they worked their way to that part of the elite section of the train. And he was like, no, we eat this, you eat the bar. And she's like, the woman didn't want to eat it. But yeah, that's for you. That's for you peasants. You eat the bugs and you eat the synthetic meat, and they'll eat the real stuff.
I guess. I want to like G.I. Joe, but the movies and comics are terrible. It makes me not want to buy the toys.
The modern ones? Modern, I know the movies, a lot of people had issues with the movies, but especially this last one, people did not care for what they did with the Snake Eyes film. Yeah. But most people, they have an endearment to either the 80s comics or the original, who was it, Sunbow cartoon series?
You mean the 80s cartoon?
Yeah, Sunbow.
Oh,
I think it was Sunbow that did those. Yeah, Jughead says the new movie and comics. Well, I mean, yeah, because they're gonna try to reinvent an existing franchise, and people don't like that.
Yeah.
So,
and that's what they're doing with all of these shows. They're taking all of these old characters, they're reinventing them, they're making them something that they never were before in
and
the
it
past.
doesn't work, and they don't seem to understand this somehow. It's like, oh, it failed, and it's our fault. It's our fault it failed. It's our fault that the reboot of Ghostbusters sucked, because nobody wanted to see a reboot of Ghostbusters at all, whether it had female characters or not. They wanted to see the original characters come back, and that was not provided. And so people were like, what is this crap? They don't want to see it. And that can go for any of these franchises. If you don't do it in a way that's recognized, even new people know what it should look like based on what was. You know, so you're trying to attract a newer audience, but the newer audience already knows what it should look like, even if they're not fans of it.
Yeah,
you know,
they have an idea.
They don't. And for some reason, these people that are coming up with these concepts and writing this stuff don't seem to be able to get that into their heads.
Eric Carlson. Hi, David.
Eric Peter Carlson.
Yep. Have you ever gone through a phase where a nostalgic childhood property was either rebooted, redone, and it really discourages you from buying anything old from the property? No.
Not really. I mean, it's because I'll remember for what it was. It's like they're messing up G.I. Joe right now. And they've kind of messed up Star Wars.
And they
People are mad about that.
Like they redid Thundercats. They redid the
they messed up Thundercats.
They redid the Masters of the Universe.
But those aren't the ones that I like.
Yeah, I like the ones that was on when I was a kid.
The ones that I remember. The ones that I grew up with. So it's not going to discourage me from collecting a line that I already have some type of an endearment to.
Don't Panic said they should make a live action version of Johnny Quest. I remember Johnny Quest.
Yeah, Johnny Quest was interesting. If they did a live, again, here we go. If they did a live action of Johnny Quest, they'd kill it.
You think so?
They'd probably ruin it, and have the potential to do it right. You know what would really make it fun?
What?
If they set it in the 60s, when that show first came out. They set it in the 60s, because what was the problem with the modern Transformers films? If you think about it, the complaint was the way that it was modernized. People didn't like it.
I didn't like how they changed up the Transformers.
Yeah. The way they looked.
Then you just by looking at them, you couldn't really figure out who was who. I mean, you could figure out Prime because he had the chest plate that still looked like a truck, but their designs were so far off. If they didn't say the name, you didn't know who they were.
Yeah.
And then they transform into something they never transformed into before.
People wanted to see something that reminded them of the original franchise, and Hollywood said, "Oh, we can't do that." And then they did Bumblebee. And what era is Bumblebee set in?
The 80s, right?
The 1980s. So yes, the hell they can. And Bumblebee was better appreciated than the previous Transformer live action films.
Yeah, I saw the Bumblebee and it was pretty good. I didn't know they were redoing Yogi Bear. Ridley says it looked like trash.
Yeah, and that's another one that they try to do. They did the Woody Woodpecker last year. I think it was last year or the year before. Live action Woody Woodpecker.
Oh, I remember that. I don't know when it
dropped direct to video because it was just terrible. Some of those franchises you can't bring back, or you can't redo in a way that'll make sense to a modern audience, especially the way they dumb the stuff down.
Distorted Reality wants to know what's your grail in comic books and do you own any Golden Age books?
I don't have any Golden Age books left.
Mm.
I don't remember. Comic books was part of the collection that was stolen from me, and I had a lot of really amazing books and books that I can't replace now. And so it's kind of hard for me. I do try. You know, I pick up a piece here and there. I've got Ghost Rider #1, both of them, the original Ghost Rider, and then the Flaming Cycle Ghost Rider. You know, the Johnny one, and a few pieces that I'm able to pick up here and there, but it's not like it was as far as the comic collection. I'd have made people sick if they could have seen what I had back in the day. But I don't have too much of a comic collection left. I still try though, time and again. But the comics market has really exploded. Oh, and watch out for McFarlane stuff exploding. Anything drawn by McFarlane is going to spike in the next couple of months because CGC has managed to be able to pick up Todd McFarlane as a private signing candidate.
What does that mean?
Basically, you send them a book to be graded, and you pay the extra for the private signing, and he'll sign your book before they grade it.
Yeah, but did he draw it or write it?
That's why I said that they're going to spike. If he drew a book, if he did a cover, or if he wrote the book or drew it, and you send it to CGC, he will sign it, and then they will grade it.
Yeah, but I mean, you're going to send an old book, so he ain't, it don't matter.
What are you talking about?
Like if you send them a Spider-Man book that was made in the 60s, who cares? You don't want him signing it.
Okay, what I just said was that McFarlane drawn and written books
the ones
are
he's
about
drawing,
to spike in value. I didn't say anything about Spider-Man, although he did do a Spider-Man series.
No, the way I thought you meant is that he's going to sign all the books that you send him.
No, you're sending McFarlane books, but if you have any McFarlane books, they're going to spike in the next couple of months because McFarlane has agreed to do a private signing with them. I don't know how much it's going to cost, but he's agreed to do a private signing. And that drives me nuts with all the autographs and stuff too, because remember, I'm coming from an era where the autographs were free at shows. You didn't pay for them, or if you did, it was only like between $5 to $20. What?
Kaiser says our culture needs a reboot.
Yeah, it does. It does. And where are we here?
Distorted Reality, Funko Pop. I don't have any Funko Pops that are signed. I don't want any that are
we
signed.
don't. Custom Comic Shop says CGC is sketchy. Yeah, right now they are, because remember, they sold themselves. They've been sold to an investment company. An investment company brought them out. The investment company in question has not done well with certain properties in the past, and they might not do well with CGC. CGC is months behind in books. They've gone from like an average wait period of 67 days to 144 average wait time, and it's longer than that because I have an order with them that's even older that they still haven't even processed.
Wow.
And they've been making a lot of mistakes, and also, books being put in the slab upside down, wrong information on the card. All the stuff everybody that are diehard CGC fans accuse the other grading companies of, CGC is doing. And then there's that whole Superman #1 issue thing that's been circulating on YouTube, where they have the guy who's in charge over there. You saw the video?
Yeah, I saw it. It was scary to watch.
He's checking the book, but he's flipping through it like lightning fast, and actually damages the book and causes a $30,000 mistake, a $30,000 price tag of damage to that book, because it went from a projected 2.5 to a 2.0, which is, that's a big number when you're talking about a book like that. And so people are like, wow, you know what? Maybe CGC isn't as good as the other companies, but they're the first one, and they're the go-to company. And there are people that will, like I was talking about with Funko or any of these companies, Mezco, will stand behind them no matter what, because they're supporting the company rather than the product or the service, and that's a mistake when you're doing that.
Gilgamesh said that McFarlane is opening an online store, and the incentive is that he'll sign certain things for you.
Okay.
He can
We'll
sign
see.
my Michael Myers picture. I got a picture of
Oh,
that he did.
a poster. Yes,
Yeah.
that's right.
Of Michael Myers. I got it free from FYE.
Let me see. Robert says it's like Stan Lee signing Spider-Man since he was one of the people that made Spidey. Yeah, well, you know, Stan Lee was the exception of the rule with that, because he would sign any Marvel book, whether he had anything to do with it or not. And if it was a Marvel comic, he would sign it.
Oh.
And I guess since he was so closely associated to Marvel Comics, you know, he could get away with that. It would, I guess, it kind of made sense.
Yes. Stone Sour can't find the video.
Really?
It must have took it down. We saw it last week after.
Yeah, we saw
his name
we saw it last
something.
week.
Johnny told
Future.
us. Told us about it.
Sent me
and
a
David
couple
looked
of links.
it up.
Oh, Don't Panic got a Stan Lee signature.
Oh yeah. Could care less about autographs. I don't care for autographs either.
Yeah, some people are into it, some aren't. I mean, it can
whatever.
It can be all right, but it's also it can be kind of sketchy too, because it's one of those industries that has the highest level of counterfeits, especially in sports cards. I remember an estimate once where they said 80% of sports autographs are counterfeit. And it's like, that's insane. That's absolutely insane. How do you know what you're getting?
Really said it'll be neat to have a weird signature, like a copy of Harry Potter signed by Tom Cruise.
So you want to be like on Step Brothers with the sword? Remember?
No.
He was like, he had some guy from like The Voice or something, and or American Idol, one of the judges. He was like, he opens the sword, and he was like, yeah, but why do you have his autograph on a sword? And he was like, well, I ran into him. It's all I had. He was like, yeah, I would have done the same thing, dude. I just get him to sign anything, or find something obscure. Like sometimes Peter Cullen, who does the voice of Optimus Prime, people bring him like pictures of Eeyore and things like that.
But he did that voice?
He did the voice of Eeyore in Winnie the Pooh.
Oh, okay.
So some obscure voiceover character that they did, and they bring him that instead because it's just different.
Robert wants to know, have you ever thought of flipping like Justice Curry, that you can get some figures that way?
Well, I mean, that's what I used to do in the 90s. You know, when I had the massive collection. I just don't have the budget for it anymore. And it's not so much when you're doing it for your collection, it's not the same as flipping. It's like, because you're cherry picking, and that's what I would do. I would buy a lot. I would cherry pick what I wanted out of it, and then I would sell the rest and use that money to buy the next lot. And, you know, keep it going like that. It's not quite the same thing, because, you know, when you're doing it like that for your collection, you're a lot more reasonable about when you sell it. You know, you're not trying to squeeze every freaking penny out of it. You're a lot more generous on what you pay for lots. Like I know Justice Curry, he puts it up front. Hey, I'll pay you 50 cents on the dollar. But the reality is, if you went to a comic shop or a toy shop, you'll be lucky to get 10 cents on the dollar. Because if you're going to them, they know they got you by the balls. Yeah. It's like, I'm going to screw this guy. It's like a game. They think they're at a pawn shop. Steve Goldman is back.
Yeah. Gilgamesh seems to have watched some people judge autograph authenticity. He can't tell how they can tell sometimes. It seems like they're guessing on some of them.
Some of them might be so good they're not sure. You know, that's possible. That's possible. That's why if you're going to do it, it's best. You know, if you're just doing it because you're a fan, that's one thing. If you're doing it, but if you want it authenticated, sometimes you can get signings done, like on the again, the JJ Arms. When I did the showcase this week, I actually have JJ Arms autograph, because, you know, for those of you who don't know, this is a real person. This figure is based on an actual individual, and I have his autograph, but all of the autographs that he did were JSA authenticated at the time of the signing.
Ridley said that Carrie Fisher stopped signing for a while because she knew people would take the thing that the product and go right away and flip
That's
it on
another
eBay.
issue also is, do you really want this autograph, or do you just want the value put to it?
Yeah.
And the flip side is maybe you just want the signature, because if they personalize it, if you ever had to sell it, it's not going to be worth as much as a flat out autograph. But yeah, that is a thing.
Yeah.
And I can see where Carrie Fisher might want to stop, but also she might have wanted to stop so she could up that price. Who is it? Michael J. Fox. He's changed his autograph. He was already up there charging $275 a piece for the autographs. He's charging $350 now at the next show. He added another $75 to the signing fee. So some of these guys are getting stupid money for these autographs.
Master Hoarder says he's never getting ripped off because he don't sell or trade anything. Yeah, that's one way to do it.
Yeah, I know. William's gonna watch the Tim Burton Planet of the Apes tonight.
Tim Burton did it?
Yeah, in the early 2000s.
Oh, right? Yeah.
And it was just a one shot, right?
No, it was like 3-4 films. I saw them. Yeah, it was a bunch of films. I saw it.
Not the new one.
That came out in 2000?
There's 3 incarnations of Planet of the Apes. The original one.
Yeah, I saw that.
A one-shot attempt. Like 20 years ago. And then the new series.
That came out in the 2000s.
In the late 2000s.
Yeah, I saw those. I'd rather have a picture with the person than have an autograph. Me too.
Oh, Jughead says that he mentioned he had 200 statues on one of the live streams, and LPH said she wanted to see them. So he's going to put some pictures on the Facebook
group. Oh, good.
Yeah, go ahead and post them on the Facebook group. I'd love to see that.
I watch tours of people stuff. I like watching them. I like seeing what they have, how they got it displayed and organized.
Yeah.
And then sometimes they'll show you something that you never seen, like, oh man, I didn't know they made that figure or something like that. So I watch a lot of tours, a lot of video tours,
Peter says he wants to buy JJ arms now because of my video.
Let's see, Robert, I have a collector plate of both Patrick Stewart and always thought what would be better
with personalized or with the autograph. And that's entirely a matter of taste, but personalized with a name is hard to resell. Just the name is good. The name and some kind of reference is better. Like if you had, who's a good, I'll back this up real quick. This is one more thing I wanted to see there. From Brandon, he said he'd rather have a picture with the person rather than an autograph. They charge the same amount for those.
Oh yeah.
If you pay $40 for an autograph, it's going to be $40 for a selfie too. That's how a lot of these guys have gotten wise to that. But back to the autograph. Pete Rose is a great example. Okay, Pete Rose signs stuff, and sometimes he personalizes it, or he makes a reference. So if you say to Joe from Pete Rose, it's not going to be worth that much. If he signs Pete Rose, okay, that's better. If he signs Pete Rose and writes something crazy on there, big dollars. And he does that. And that's why I mentioned Pete Rose, because he'll write something on there. He got in a lot of trouble for gambling.
Yeah.
And he'll say, sorry, I ruined baseball, Pete Rose. And then it's like, okay, that's cute. Thanks. He personalized it without using your name. But he does other crazy stuff like, I'm sorry for hiding UFOs at Area 51, Pete Rose. He comes up with crazy stuff. I'm sorry for my involvement in the Kennedy assassination. I saw a ball that said that once, Pete Rose. He comes up with all sorts of nutty stuff, and it's actually kind of cool. But yeah, if they draw a sketch and sign it, they draw something and sign it, or write something extra and sign it, is better than a regular autograph. Don't expect people at autograph podiums at conventions to really do that, because it's an autograph mill. They just want to get paid and for you to get the hell out of there. Most of them don't really want to talk to you. Okay.
And they don't want to take no picture with you either.
Yeah. You can tell who's who. You can tell, you can feel it.
Yeah.
You can get that feeling without throwing anybody under the bus. Lou Ferrigno. No.
Don't Panic says that Mark Wahlberg was in the Planet of the Apes.
That's the one.
And Eric says just picked up a pre-order of the Linda Carter
the statue.
1/3 sideshow.
Problem space, of course.
Well,
that's
so what? You got it.
Biggest problem. Yeah,
that's all that matters. You own it.
Yes, you have it.
Put it in a closet until you can find a space to put it. David, when you met some wrestlers for the autograph, was any of them rude?
Not really. As a matter of fact, most of them are pretty chatty. But you know, they're used to that. They're used to doing shoots and talking to people, and they'll go on and on. Like when in one of our old show tours, remember, I was talking to the Rock and Roll Express. For
they talked for like an hour.
Yeah, I know. I was there all day.
Yeah, he was there literally for like an hour. That guy just went on and on and on.
Yeah, some of them are like that. But there are certain ones who will blow you off. Vincent is a good example of that. The guy who used to work with $1 Million Man. He don't want to be bothered with you. You can tell. He just wants to make that. Cheddar.
His name wasn't Vincent. It was Vernon. No, it wasn't Vernon. You talking about the black guy with the $1 Million Man?
The bodyguard.
I know it wasn't Vincent though.
It wasn't Vincent.
His name was something else.
Tell us what his name was. Somebody knows. Something. Somebody can end the conflict.
Greg the Hammer was a real butthole in person.
He looks like he would.
Eric, thanks for the.
Wow! Thank you so much, Eric.
Isn't Gal Gadot signing?
Gal Gadot.
Gal Gadot
from Wonder Woman.
Yeah. Signing CGC right now for $400 to $600.
I'm not sure, but I know it's expensive, and I'd be concerned about that too because they're taking all these autograph signings. Like every week they're announcing somebody else, but then you're not getting your books out to your customers. They're sitting in a warehouse, and I've had a few people. Virgil, thank you. Virgil, I know it wasn't. Yeah. MN Smooth, Stone Sour, and Richard.
You saw that Stone Sour. When y'all were talking, I walked away with the camp because they were going on forever.
Yeah, a couple of people got upset. They were like, "Where's she going?" in the comments section. She wanted to go do something, and I was like, "Okay, you know."
And that guy was nuts, and I was like, "Look, I'm about to miss out on something." Oh wow, you actually saw that. Okay.
Oh my god! And then I couldn't get them. They were gonna come here. And I couldn't get it done because of COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah, that screwed it up because they were going to come here. They were going to come to the museum and we were going to do a shoot.
Let's see. Distorted Reality has a Harlan Ellison signed and inscribed paperback book he wrote to David Nelson, one of the most favorite books. Then he signed his name. It's pretty cool because I'm a fan of Ellison.
$600 for a figure, Robert. That's insane.
Signature.
It gets worse.
Signature.
For a signature. Wait till you see how much Harrison Ford's charging. I think he was charging $2,000.
Golly.
For the autograph, and he is an ass for signatures.
I'm sorry.
I like him as an actor, but when you're talking,
wasn't he Jeremiah Johnson?
No.
Oh, that was Robert Redford.
Yes.
Okay.
Harrison Ford, Indiana Jones.
Yeah, I didn't like Indiana Jones.
I did, but I like him as an actor. He was also in Blade Runner.
I didn't see the first one.
She never saw the first one. She saw the second one. Great visuals in that one. But as an actor, yeah. But when it comes to autographs, he can be a snooty guy. and now that he's charging $2,000 for it, it's like, God, dude, come on.
Comic Shot said Virgil was a jerk, but Roddy Piper, on the other hand, was an amazing dude.
Yeah.
Cinema says, if my stand-up career ever hits superstardom, is love to retire at 60 by doing a show saying horrible, offensive things. At that point, I'm old. Why do I care if my career goes down the drain?
So he wants to be Andrew Dice Clay.
Yeah.
Or Sam Kinison. Well, Sam Kinison died.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he died in a car crash.
Jughead, thank you.
Jughead Grayson, thank you so much. And you know that's what makes stuff like this possible. It is.
Do you plan on meeting Hulk Hogan?
Mail that stuff. I haven't seen Hulk Hogan
at
a convention.
Hey.
Hey. How you doing, Mom. Your mother's here.
Yeah, and then she give a heart with a first aid heart.
A first aid heart. Is something broken?
Yes.
We need first aid. But yeah, I mean, if I could, I would say say hello to Hulk Hogan. I've heard he's actually pretty friendly to talk to. But remember, he's a professional shooter too. Shooter, I mean, talking off the cuff in front of camera or to a person. So it might be interesting. But I've never actually caught up with him at a show.
Thor says, question, David, isn't there a policy on that stuff for autographs or pictures? If not, why does the convention allow it?
What kind of policy?
I don't know.
Oh, about the attitude of the people? Mm-hmm. Apparently not.
They're so glad they can get somebody to come in there, probably.
There was and I bust on Lou Ferrigno a lot because I've had him, I've seen him be a jerk. And I've seen people complain to management about him. This happened not with Great Eastern, but I forget which convention it was. It was in like 93, 94. And he blew somebody off. He was like, somebody was asking him, I guess he was going somewhere. He was going to get up from the table. And he was like, hey, before you go, can I get this? He's like, get out of here. He just told the guy to piss off. He got angry because he wanted to get up instead of earning his another $10 or whatever it was then. And they went and they complained to the show promoter. He was like, well, you do realize that Lou is deaf. Lou knew what he was saying, okay? Don't make excuses for the man. You know how he is. It's not the first time I've seen him have that kind of attitude or, yeah, here, can you sign? Did you pay yet? You just saw me pay that. I want to make sure before I touch anything that you paid. And coming off like that to people.
Well, he was talking about the price that they charge. Isn't that like wrong?
Oh, that's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. No, it's whatever people are willing to pay, and people have gotten to be very willing to pay incredible amounts for this stuff. Because if you remember some of the stories I've talked about in the past, even McFarlane used to be free at the Great Eastern conventions before he realized he could make money doing that. Oh, Eric says Daisy's done a great job with Lady Pop. Yes, she has.
Who?
Eric was complimenting your mother because you are so amazing.
Where you see Eric at?
It went up.
Oh, how you know my mama name? That is her name, Daisy.
Because it says Daisy on her thing.
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
Oh.
Robert says, what is wrong with you?
I don't know. Because when I saw her name, all I thought of was my mama.
Mama. That's mama. That's my mama. Robert says he heard Harlan Ellison was a jerk towards people, and he's always wanted huge amounts of money. Star Trek and Babylon 5. Some of them are like that. Some of the people, they don't really like doing it, but they need that income. Yeah. So they go, William Shatner used to be like that. And he even talked about it in his book. I read his book years ago, but he used to hate it. And that's why he did that famous SNL sketch. He wrote that sketch because he wanted to insult Trekkies because he thought they were idiots. And he even said so, and he apologized for it. And he says, I used to hate it. I didn't want to go to shows. I used to try to get out of it with my manager, and on and on and on. And then he went through this phase where he put on a Klingon disguise, and he went around in the shows and just watched people and talked to people, and they didn't know he was William Shatner. And he was like, you know what? Maybe I'm misjudging this. Maybe it's not fair. People seem to really enjoy it. They like it. Maybe I'm looking at it all wrong. And then he goes back and he had a change of heart, and he calls his agent, and he says, sign me up for everything. And his agent's like, are you serious? You're kidding, right? You've been putting this off for 10 years. He was like, yeah, sign me up for everything. And he's had a very different feel about it now.
Kenny has to go.
Oh, sorry, Kenny.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thanks. But he had his epiphany where he decided, you know what, I'm judging this wrong. Some people like to do the shows. Some people hate it. But they have no other source of income. Wow. They're typecast from whatever they used to do, whatever show they were on. They're never going to act again, whatever. So coming and signing stuff is the only way they can make any money. and they don't like that.
But William Shatner did a lot of movies. We saw, his Star Trek
He was in a
stuff.
lot of stuff.
He was
Pre-Star
in a
Trek,
bunch of,
after Star Trek, T.J.
yeah.
Hooker, and
Oh, I don't know. He did a movie that was pretty good. It was, it was good. David, I'm so jelly of your signed Gil Gerard Battlestar Galactica figure. It's awesome. Can you show us again? Oh, I remember when you got that thing signed.
Battlestar Galactica.
Gil Gerard, he says.
Yeah, Gil Gerard, Buck Rogers.
Oh, okay. He said Battlestar Galactica.
That's downstairs, and I got Silva's autograph too, who was Tweaky, and he died just recently. He died recently. No more autographs from Silva, but they were both there, and I was like, yeah, why don't I just get both of them? But yeah, that's downstairs.
When you guys hit 1 million subs, will you guys charge for autographs? We don't give autographs now. Nobody ever asked. Somebody asked us for a picture.
Yeah, but
we took pictures.
The last show we went to, we got recognized a bunch of times. We were surprised. But no problem. Distortion of reality. It's just, he said the wrong. They were both out in the same era. Battlestar and Buck Rogers. Oh, sorry,
see you, William. He got to go charge his phone.
Okay. But Battlestar and Buck Rogers and Logan's Run, the TV series, was out around that time, and so it's easy to get them mixed up. I would love to have 1 million subs. I'd do a lot more giveaways.
Which is better, Battlestar Galactica or Buck Rogers? I saw Battlestar Galactica. It was okay. It was all right. I never saw Buck Rogers. David saw both.
Yeah, I like both. I like first season Buck Rogers better than the second season. Battlestar Galactica, I think, has more of a cinematic feel to it. It feels like you're watching a movie almost, and they put a lot of effort and a lot of money into it. I think I like Battlestar Galactica better since it's an ongoing story instead of like episode by episode. I think that just works better from a storytelling perspective. But that's not giving any shortcomings to Buck Rogers at all, because that was still a really fun show.
What about the Invaders?
The Invaders. Where do you see that?
Shiny Haunter.
I don't remember the Invaders that well. And Space 1999, Distortion brings up my all-time favorite sci-fi show. I would rank that ahead of Star Trek.
Oh yeah.
Or the 60s Star Trek. I would put it ahead of them. But yeah, I really like Space 1999, and that was Jerry Anderson's production.
Oh, okay.
Who did all the Super Marionation stuff, the puppets. But that was a well-written, well-acted show, and great special effects for the 70s.
Kaiju said the guy that does voices He-Man never goes to cons.
Okay, I guess he don't need the money.
Yeah. Well, he just don't want to be bothered.
Well, yeah, doesn't want to be bothered. That's very true. Oh, Kaiser says when OBC gets 1 million, they'll have so much fake drama and sponsors like every famous YouTuber. I hope not. I hope I can stay the hell away from that. Honestly, I don't think I need. And this is a conversation both of us have had in the past, because we've had high-paying jobs in the past. She worked for Union Pacific. I was the director of a YRC2 for the Juvenile Justice Authority. I was basically a warden. That's big money. Big money, a lot of stress. Everybody hates your guts. I would rather have less money and less stress. If I could still do this and have 1 million subs and not deal with anybody's BS. I mean, how much do you really need? Not all money is good money. If I gotta lie to people, and I'm already making money, right? I'm already doing really well from YouTube's subscriptions or whatever. If I'm already making money, because then you're actually really making money from AdSense if you get 1 million subscribers.
Yeah.
Then I wouldn't really need sponsors and stuff. So why lie to the people that trusted me enough to give me 1 million subs in the first place, is how I look at it. So I hope I never get to that point. Where I'd love to have 1 million subs, but I hope I never sit there and say, yeah, I can make an extra few dollars by lying about how great this action figure is.
But you can get free stuff. You might can get a Prime One Studio statue or something.
Yeah, maybe, and that'd be the last one I ever got if I didn't like something about it.
See how he do?
I'd rather be honest. I'd rather be honest.
Yeah, that's true.
You know,
Gilgamesh
the guy.
Hey, guy.
The guy is here.
Gilgamesh said Toy Galaxy on YouTube recently did an episode on Battlestar Galactica. Lots of things about the show he didn't know. I like Toy Galaxy. He does those history of like, well, mainly the ones I saw was the cartoon ones that he did when he did the history of different stuff. What's his name used to do that too? Michael Mercy. I used to watch him, and I like the way he did the history. His
presentations.
His presentations were real good. He gave you some backstory and some nice, interesting clips.
He's starting to get free stuff too, though.
Yeah, well,
it's getting a little weird over there.
Robert said, I was 7 years old, stay all night.
Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah, watching that. We interrupt this movie to bring you the Camp David.
Oh yeah. When they would interrupt for news broadcasts, that was garbage. Buck Rogers was more for kids, not the miniseries, not the movie that it was based on, but because if you watch the first 5 episodes that are actually the film cut up, it's a lot more dramatic and a lot more adult themed.
Okay.
Let me see. Shiny Haunter, the original Outer Limits and Twilight Zone, hands down their favorite.
Yeah.
It's like,
and also Alfred Hitchcock.
Alfred Hitchcock Presents is pretty decent.
Yeah.
But Twilight Zone, a lot of that stuff. That's why every time they try to remake the Twilight Zone, they screwed up, because the original Twilight Zone, it still works.
The 80s one wasn't horrible.
Yeah, the music was awful.
Yeah.
But the original Twilight Zone, it still works. It still fits. It still has pertinent points.
Yeah, still very relevant.
And you cannot, in modern times, unfortunately, top the acting talent.
Yeah.
They had great actors on that series, very passionate actors that made you believe that they believed what was going on. And what was that?
You got to scroll down to see. It's
FASFA fan. Hey, gang, if you could create your own toy line, what would it be? And thank you very much, FASFA.
Dark Shadows.
Oh, God, yeah. She's all on that right now.
I am, because I want me some Dark Shadow stuff.
Shanoa says, I have a lot of integrity. I hope so.
Yeah, we try to.
Yeah, because you get to a point, hopefully, some people, they get to a point where they decide, I don't want to be dishonest. I don't want to mislead people. I don't want to hurt anybody, And we talked about that a little bit earlier. You got to want to be a better person.
Yeah, you're not born good.
No.
You learn to be good. You grow up, you learn to be good. You're taught to be good. You're taught to be a decent person. You're taught values and morals and stuff like that. It doesn't just come up on you. You're not born with it, and then you learn to be bad. So. Original Twilight Zone was relevant because it had morals and wisdom lost in modern society. That's true.
Yeah, and again, real passionate acting, great camera angles, great use of black and white, which people now, cinematography, they don't understand that at all. They don't understand shading and angles and things like that. And the acting is, most people acting dramatic and being dramatic are not the same thing.
Yeah. The guy says he's a Johnny Quest fan, 1964, that we need more Johnny Quest figures.
Yeah,
One
Johnny
Step
Quest
Beyond is good too. Yes.
Yeah, One Step Beyond. One Step Beyond was a good series too.
Yeah. God, somebody wrote something I was gonna mention. The original society. Oh, that's what I was gonna say about Twilight Zone. Even the worst Twilight Zone episode is better than a lot of the stuff that comes out now.
Yeah. TV
shows, movies, because we just finished watching the entire Twilight Zone, rewatching it. The story with the kids in the pool, that one was kind of lame, but I would rather watch that than any of those the modern stuff that's out there now. Than the majority of the modern stuff that's out there now, because it's just awful. And we were listening to this one guy, he's called on YouTube, he's called a professor of rock, and I watch him because he gives
that's right.
Yeah, he gives you the history of certain songs.
Top 15 worst songs. I remember that quote. He says, "Oh, you
go ahead.
Oh, no, I don't want to go.
No,
I want to run you over.
Yeah, ran me over. Now I'm all rolled over. Got
No,
car
go ahead.
tracks on me. I
so
got to regroup now. But no, he said the worst songs are being made right now, or somehow or another. See, you know it word for word.
That's why I was gonna say it, but then you looked put off, and I don't want to mess you up. But he said he had watched some video where it says the 15 worst 80s songs, and he says, and the songs aren't even that bad. They're just overplayed, and you get tired of hearing it, which is true. You can get sick of hearing even a good song. And he says, you want to know what the 15 worst songs ever written are? They're being written right now, and you're hearing them all the time. Yeah, and it's because the modern music is terrible.
Modern music.
Oh, there's Edwin.
Yeah, hey, Edwin.
Hey, Edwin, where you been? He's hiding.
Yeah, but we were talking about songs.
Yes.
And you know, because you listen to the radio and they play the same songs over and over and over.
Yeah, I know.
Again, and it wears you out. But then I asked David the question: what song can you listen to every single day? Maybe even a couple of times a day.
Yeah, because you know that's what the thing was. What is it? The radio station in Atlanta.
They're like 97.1. I think it's the
WSUK.
Whatever. SUK.
Yeah, they say the largest rock library in Georgia, and it's like but you play the same 500 songs over and over again. You have the largest library, but you aren't playing any of them. And there's songs that I haven't heard in decades unless I went and looked it up for myself. So what the hell's up with that? But they can take a good song. It's not that bad. But and the one that I'm sick of hearing it is Sweet Home Alabama.
David hates that song.
It's not a bad song, but I am so freaking tired of hearing it. Stop playing that song. We're not even in Alabama. Just give it a rest. I mean, they've ruined that song for me. I don't want to hear it anymore.
Bob and Jenny, 867-5309.
That's one of the best all-time. I think we said that last week.
One-hit wonder
wonders. I think that's the best one-hit wonder ever done because of the impact.
Link Cross says he can listen to Iron Maiden every day. Shiny Hunter, Bohemian Rhapsody, and
that's a good point, Kaiser, right there.
It's mostly propaganda nowadays. Yeah. All the artists have to make some statement. Yeah.
It's garbage.
Yeah. And it's the same with artists, movie stars, and athletes. You are paid to do. You're an athlete. You are paid to bounce the ball, run the ball, kick the ball, do whatever. That's what you're being paid for.
Run the ball, not your mouth.
You paid to act.
Yeah.
You paid to sing a song. Nobody wants to hear your thoughts on politics, on climate, on religion. None of that.
You can state your opinions, but using your celebrity status to influence other people's decisions is irresponsible.
Because your problems ain't my problems.
Yeah.
You know, if you need you break your leg, you can go to the doctor, get it set, get it bandaged, get it whatever.
Don't fly in experts from all over the world to fix your leg.
You will shut down the whole hospital wing just because you're in there.
Like Beyonce's baby. Yeah. They closed the
whole
floor
hospital
of the hospital
wing
for her.
You go out to dinner, you close down the whole restaurant.
Michael Jackson, when he went to Disney World,
shut down the whole
park
Disney
down
World
for 6 hours to accommodate him.
So he can go ride some rides.
Yeah, you don't get those kind of privileges. So your problems are not my problems. Well, I got to listen to LeBron James talking about what is and is not unfair, and he's carrying a travel bag that costs more than the year's salary for the average person.
Yeah, he got a $46,000 pocketbook.
That's right, $46,000 travel bag he walks around with.
Yeah, and we supposed to take him seriously?
No, I don't care what you have to say.
But Ridley says it's been theorized that there's only so many chords and combinations that are possible, and at some point, new music can't be made, and that might be true.
Yeah, and that's why many modern songs, pop songs and rap songs, borrow riffs from 70s disco and pop songs and funk songs. They borrow riffs from them all the time. But if you're not familiar with vintage music,
that's my favorite song.
If you're not familiar with vintage music, you won't know that they used something from a disco song, from a rock song from 1971 or something like that. You'll never catch it. Go ahead. Which one was it?
Jughead, Can't You See? You know I love that song, Can't You See, by the Marshall Tucker Band. I can
what
listen
that
to
woman's been doing to me.
Yes.
Yeah. It's gonna drive a freight train all the way to Georgia until the train runs out of track. Hey, Mickey. Robert's just a fan. Hey, Mickey. That video was interesting because she hired actual cheerleaders for the video.
But the thing with classic songs, the words make sense. They're telling you
it's
something.
It's a story.
Yeah, it's something in there that they're saying. It's not just a bunch of just random words mashed together sounding crazy.
What was that one song, Work? And how does it go? Work.
What are you even saying? It sounds like you got water of rocks in your mouth and you're trying to talk with your mouth full and it just doesn't come out right.
Makes me think of that. It makes me think of that the original Christian Bale Batman, where the fear gas makes it look like he's got that black oil dripping out of his mouth while he's talking.
And now a message from Kanye West: Soylent Green is people.
Yeah. He won't be eating it though.
No.
He's gonna have the real vegetables.
Oh, remember the Tootsie Roll? Yeah, I remember that song. Tootsie Roll. Tootsie Roll. Every third word of a modern pop or rap song is a curse word. That's true.
Yeah.
Baby Got Back is a good one. You remember that song, Baby Got Back by not Too Loud.
I like Big Butts better though.
That's Baby Got Back.
And I cannot lie. I just wanted to do that.
Whoop, there it is.
Oh no. Imitation Soylent Green. What's that made out of? Other people?
Yeah, probably. And then they added some cats and dogs in there too. David, what's the retail price of an Andre the Giant Bigfoot? It was sold out for $160. Not sure. Was it from Walmart or the seller?
I didn't think that was released yet. I didn't think Walmart released it yet.
Somebody had it.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the retail was supposed to be. I'm sure it ain't that much. It shouldn't be more than $40.
Shouldn't.
Yeah, so it makes a lot.
Yeah. Some commercial jingles are good. Yeah, I like
in the 70s. You know what's funny about that too? In the 70s and 80s, one guy wrote and sang most of them.
Mm-hmm.
There was a go-to guy for that, and he wrote and sang most of the jingles in the 70s and early 80s.
Kaiser say your favorite song is Milkshake.
Well, you know my milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. They're cats, but they come to the yard.
Yeah. Catch Pepsi feeling. Yeah. I remember that.
Deserve a break today.
Yeah.
He probably knows who I'm talking about. I can't think of the singer's name though.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't remember.
Oh, you're crazy.
But I remember his. You know the voice if you any of those commercials, Genuine Bell or Pepsi. It doesn't matter. You recognize the voice.
But I can listen to Stairway to Heaven, Led Zeppelin. That's a good one. I can listen to that every day.
Yeah. Stairway to Heaven from Led Zeppelin.
Mm-hmm. I like that one.
That's not a bad choice at all.
I heard a guy, he had it and he took the music off so you could just hear the vocals.
There's
and that
Axel
was really
Foley.
Good. Hey, Axel. He took the vocals off, not the vocals. He took the music off so you can just hear the vocals, and it was really good. You can really hear the passion in his voice and everything. That gave you a different perspective of the song.
Kashmir by Led Zeppelin.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I like that one.
They had a lot of good hits in the 70s.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then there was the Coda album. The Coda album is where that one that sounds like a calypso song comes
Yeah,
from.
I know which one it is.
It had a couple of good songs, but it didn't feel like Zeppelin at all.
Because the Pink Panther cartoon.
Let me see. What is he talking about?
That's a fully.
Kaiser through the fire and flames on Guitar Hero. You play Guitar Hero? Does anybody still do that? I'm not picking on him. I'm just wondering because that was a huge thing, Guitar Hero, for a minute.
Yeah, in the early mid 2000s.
During PlayStation 2 era. And then I don't know if they still have that or anything like it.
You see it in Goodwill all the time.
Yeah. Well, they made like 1 million sets of those. That's why.
Bark at the Moon.
Even White Boys Gotta Shout Baby Got Back. They're still on that.
That was a good song. They play that weddings all the time.
Oh no.
It's super hard song because it's so fast. Oh, okay, Dragon Force.
Okay. My girlfriend still play. Oh, Shanoa says the girlfriend still plays Guitar Hero, but they suck at it.
Well, you got to keep practicing.
Yeah, you got to keep practicing. Who let the dogs out? Oh no. There's Bill Miller.
Hey, Bill.
Welcome aboard.
We're talking about your favorite songs, the songs you can listen to every day. Every single day. Probably even
or some songs. There's some great songs that you never ever hear on the radio for some reason, like some of the earlier stuff, the 60s stuff from the Stones, like 20,000 Light Years. You never hear that song.
I like I'm a Man.
Or Rainbow.
Yeah.
Oh, from Chicago? I'm a man. Yes, I am. Yeah, that's a good one.
The Bad Touch.
Yeah, there's Rome Ross. He's late.
That's a really good
You're late, and you're going to have to report to the principal's office.
What about the Greatest American Hero TV series from the 80s? Any action figures for that? I remember that show.
Yeah, Mego made a handful of action figures for that in 3 3/4 inch and an 8 inch. Very, very few. So much so that it seemed like a lot of pre-production stuff, and some of it got out to the regular market. But good luck finding any of them. If you do, they're going to be stupid expensive. They're very, very rare because they just kind of gave up on it for some reason. Oh, Discovery Channel. I never liked that song.
I got Queen, Flash Gordon, Hero of the Universe.
That's right. They did sing that song, didn't they?
What?
Flash Gordon, for the movie Flash Gordon from like what, 84?
Oh, I never heard that.
That movie's fun. It's goofy, but it's fun.
Queen isn't all that great.
Yeah, they're not as good. They're good. They're good band. They got good music, but they're not as high up on the pedestal as they've been placed, is what she means. And I agree. I agree with that. They've been placed way up on a pedestal, and especially when the movie came out, they overplayed
Everything.
The songs so much. Even the Queen songs I liked, I don't even want to hear now.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, I don't want to hear We Are the Champions anymore. Leave me alone. I don't want to hear Rhapsody. Leave me alone. 5 times a day is more than enough.
The bass guitar player from ZZ Top died this week.
That's right.
Yeah. I like ZZ Top. They don't play their songs that often.
Oh, 2 old geeks that called up Otis Redding.
I like Otis Redding.
Yeah.
Never Gets Old. We Are the Champions and Revenge of the Nerds was the best of that film.
You know what's fun?
Did you guys watch the Invisible Man movie?
The new one? No, we didn't see it.
I never saw the Invisible Man. Could have gone longer had Freddie Mercury messed around. Yeah. What about Tom Jones? I don't know Tom Jones. I never listened to anything by him.
It's not unusual.
Why?
To be loved by anyone. It's not unusual to be loved by anyone. Come on, Tom Jones. What's up, pussycat?
I don't know that song.
Oh, what's wrong with you?
Nothing wrong with me. I don't know that song. I like
oh no.
The Bee Gees.
The Bee Gees were good.
And what's the guy's name?
And they still hold the They still hold the record to this day for back-to-back consecutive platinum records, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
I think so, yeah. The Bee Gees were excellent, and some of because they didn't do just disco. They did disco during the disco era, but prior to that and afterwards, they did entirely different types of music.
What's the guy that sing the Boogie Man? Casey and the Sunshine Band.
Casey and the Sunshine Band is fun.
Mm-hmm.
That's that
I
music
dare
is
you
fun.
to listen to the Bee Gees and not tap your foot. Yep.
Bee Gees were cool. They had a lot going on. They were a popular band, immensely popular, more so than anyone realizes until you go back and you look at the history. And it's pretty tragic too, because the oldest brother
is the only one alive.
Out of the four brothers, the oldest brother's the only one left.
Yeah, because they died like youngest all the way up. First. Like Andy Giz was the youngest, and then the twins died in the middle, and now Barry's the only one that's still alive.
The only one still alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a hell of a way for the legacy to top off.
Mm-hmm.
Most really. How could you not? They were everywhere.
Yeah, and Michael McDonald.
Michael,
he was with the
Doobie Brothers.
Doobie Brothers. Yeah, I like him in total.
Yeah, he was like what, Doobie Brother number 36.
They had a lot.
There's a lot of replacements in that. Where are you going? Hi, kitty.
She want to go outside. That's where she want to go.
No, she doesn't ever. This cat, that's the female with the broken leg. She's not going to let you pick her up.
I ain't trying
She's going to get weird.
She's going to try and bite me here in a minute.
Once she came in, she never tried to go outside again. If a door opens, she will move away from the door. This is, I guess, we are her retirement plan. She's like, I'm not going anywhere ever again, which is fine. And she's scared. Oh, and here she is. Hi. She's scared about getting picked up. If you try to pick her up, she gets real nervous. But she likes to sit on people. She likes to lay next to you. She's like, I want to hang out kind of cat. And she wants to beat the hell out of me with her tail here.
I love jamming the 60s classic songs from Mamas and the Papas, Monday, Monday, Roy Orbison, Pretty Woman Crying. I like Neil Diamond. I like Coming to America. Not Coming to America. What's it? I think that is the name.
Is it? I don't know.
The name of the song. But Neil Diamond is good. Nobody want to see that kid.
They want to see Kitty. Hi, Kitty. This is the girl.
Nobody wants to. Captain and Tennille is good.
You see how her leg is like not straight? It broken that way, and it never healed properly. And that's why she doesn't jump up on anything higher than my lap. Poor thing.
Now that you done got everybody thrown off.
Kitty.
Because nobody want to hear about it.
Okay, we can go back to the songs. Favorite album I had, Edwin, Close Encounters of the Third Kind. I had that album.
You did?
I did. I had the Close Encounters album, a symphonic album, and the Star Wars one, and Saturday Night Fever and Heavy Metal. Because the soundtrack from Heavy Metal is actually pretty good.
Oh yeah, Solid Gold. I remember Solid Gold.
Yeah, I used to watch
that show.
And
I remember putting on the hits. That was the lip. I think it was putting on the hits. That was the lip syncing show. You get on there and you lip sync, and they judge you on like your costume, your performance, and your lip syncing.
I remember that. I
think it was called Putting On the Hits.
Drudging up some memories there.
Yeah, I used to love that show. It was a good show.
Oh, and people liked seeing Kitty.
Yeah, sure.
She's a good girl. She's just still scary. She's really gets nervous. If it's raining outside, she crawls all through the house. She gets down and crawls through the house, looking around all paranoid, and it's funny.
Yeah, Jughead said it is Coming to America by Neil Diamond. Who remembers Ink Spot Band?
Coming to America. Yeah, that's right.
Right. Brandon says, who remember the Ink Spot Band? I don't think so. Maybe if I heard, Putting on the Ritz, that was the name of the show. Yeah, probably.
Putting on the Ritz is the name of the song.
Oh. I thought
and it was remade in the 80s by a crooner, because it's a crooning song. But he redid it in the 80s, and it was a one-hit wonder.
Oh yeah, the Animals were good. I like the band, the Animals from the 60s.
The Animals were good.
Yeah, so does everybody do vinyls. We're talking about buying some
Yeah,
vinyls because we got a record player,
right.
well, a stereo system from a 80s stereo system from Goodwill
Not
recently.
Goodwill.
Not Goodwill, Value Village.
Yeah.
Pay like $10 and this thing is brand new.
$9.09, and it was brand new. Still had tape on it.
Yeah.
And we did a video.
Yeah.
We showed it because we were like, wow, I can't believe we actually found something useful in a thrift store. But we did a video on it, and she was actually playing the Care Bear album today. She had an 80s Care Bear album.
Yeah.
But it was like, yeah, if we come across, and we've been looking like in the thrift store, if we come across any decent vinyl, we'll probably pick it up.
Yeah, or probably get some off of eBay or Amazon or something. Some of our favorite bands. But I wish they did like the best of album records, like they do CDs where you got a bunch of random songs on one record. But yeah, we want to listen to some now that we got a record player.
Yeah, Edwin is right. Best 80s cartoon theme song probably is the Thundercats. I don't know. Thundercats or Star Blazers. Star Blazers was a pretty decent theme song, too. Europe. Master Hoarder wants to know, how about Europe?
Europe did the final countdown.
Yeah, that was them, wasn't it?
Yeah, they sang the final
countdown. Yeah.
Dance Fever. I remember Dance Fever.
Yeah, that's right, with Danny Terrio, and his big claim to fame was he was the dance instructor for the movie Saturday Night Fever with John Travolta, and it's like, yeah, I taught Travolta how to dance, and no, you didn't, because John Travolta was a Broadway actor and performer. He could already sing and dance before you met him.
He can sing? I never heard him sing.
Watch Grease.
I never saw Grease.
Okay, yeah, he was a Broadway actor. And he could sing and dance very well. You just jump down. Don't act like you want to jump up here again.
See, she playing games.
She just wants some attention. That's all.
Yeah.
She wants to know somebody notices her.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she likes to hang out. She still plays rough though, so be careful. But yeah, he could already sing and dance and act and all of that, and that's how he got the job for Saturday Night Fever and Grease. Danny was just did the instruction for the type of dancing, and then he got Dance Fever out of that, where he would judge the show, and then they did the lame bit at the end where he was like, oh, okay, and here's your dance move for the night, and he would teach a dance move, and it'd be really simple and lame, and you've got professional dancers on the show that you're showing this dance move to, like, dude, we're professional dancers. What the hell is this?
What's the best movie soundtrack of all time? Now, that's something they don't make anymore. Movie soundtracks. And that was a big thing.
Oh, and Fast fan is calling out the Littles from it was the theme song from the cartoon, The Littles. That's right.
But movie soundtracks were a big thing all the way up to like the late 90s, early 2000s, because I used to buy soundtracks like Boys in the Hood.
There's Milajandros.
Who?
Right there.
Oh, yeah.
Haven't seen you tonight, have we?
No, he asked the question. We answered it.
Okay, but I missed it.
I didn't mention his name. No, I didn't.
But even like I don't think they really had. Well, they tried it with Guardians of the Galaxy.
Guardians of the Galaxy is a good soundtrack, but it's all older stuff.
It's all stuff that's already been.
Yeah.
It's not like it was formulated for that. Last Action Hero is actually a pretty good soundtrack with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he picked all the music for it.
Oh, really?
And they were surprised at how good the soundtrack was because he likes country music. And the Crows soundtrack is really good also.
Set It Off had a good soundtrack. The movie Set It Off.
Okay.
Yeah. That had a good soundtrack. Jason's Lyric.
Yeah.
Had a good soundtrack. Boys in the Hood.
Jesus Christ Superstar.
Soul Food.
Jesus Christ Superstar had great music.
That was a good show. It was a good musical.
Yeah.
It was a very good musical. Yeah. Rocky Oath was great. Grease was the best soundtrack.
I think he means Rocky Horror Picture Show. Is that what you're talking about?
Oh, the Blues Brothers, he says.
Blues Brothers was all right.
Staying Alive soundtrack was good.
Staying Alive.
Yeah.
Do you mean Saturday Night Fever?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Staying Alive was on.
On
Yeah,
that,
it was a
that
good
one.
Sergeant Pepper.
Yeah, Sergeant Pepper. We saw that
It's
movie.
good music. The music was great. They didn't want to do the film at the time. They thought they were going to look silly, but it stood out a lot.
Fanta says Amadeus.
Amadeus. LOL, he says.
I remember that song, Amadeus. That's all it said.
The video was terrible.
Hey man, is that Freedom Rock? Yeah, man.
Well, turn it up. I remember that commercial.
Staying Alive is Saturday.
You know what the big okie doke was of those? Do you ever buy any of those albums? The where they said original songs sung by the original artists.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what the big scam was on that, guys? The original artists was the name of the studio band. So you weren't hearing the original songs. You were hearing cover songs sung by a group called the original artists.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? And then you get it and you're like, this doesn't sound right.
You remember like Time Life used to put out records or mixtapes from like different decades or different themes and stuff. Yeah, I used to like that. They used to do CDs.
Herbie Hancock was good too.
I used to like Herbie.
Time Life, at least it was the real songs.
Yeah, it was the real songs, and they used to put out different compilations and stuff, and then they had all genres too.
Yeah.
So that was always good. I knew a guy, he used to buy it when it was on DVD, dub it, not DVD, CD, copy it, and then send it back.
Kentucky Mud there says the Ghostbusters soundtrack. They got in a lot of trouble for that soundtrack. The guy who did that theme
Ray
song,
Parker Jr.
Ghostbusters, he ripped off the music from Huey Lewis and the News. He just he sped it up and then sang over it. And it's, if you slow it down, it's what song was that from Huey Lewis?
I don't remember.
I can't remember which song it was, but Huey Lewis sued that guy into the ground. They got in a lot of trouble.
Jughead says he has never bought a soundtrack. David, I want to see you and LPH dance at some disco tunes. Oh, you don't want to see David dance?
Yeah, you do.
You guys are the
David's got rhythm.
Love from Chicago. Ooh, no, you don't want to see him dance. Do you remember those commercials with CDs with all the greatest hits? Like, that's what we were just talking about. Columbia House. I remember Columbia House. I used to buy tapes from them.
He's right. Richard Smith remembers. He said, I want a new drug. It was the soundtrack. It was the song, I Want a New Drug. Yeah. And they cut the music element out and sped it up so it sounded faster.
Yeah.
And they hoped that nobody would figure it out.
David is a dancing queen. He throw his hip out and his back out trying to do all of
Quicksilver, K-Tel. That's right.
What is K-Tel?
K-Tel was one of those like commercial music. They did that too. Yeah, they sell you albums.
Time Life, Columbia sold tapes, and then they moved over to the CDs, and then I think they even did movies. Columbia House Records, I think they did movies too, and then you can buy them. And I used to buy tapes from them.
Yeah. And then Master Hoarder is saying, do you remember when you could buy 10 CDs for a penny each, but you had to buy 5 to 6 CDs at full price? Yeah, and they were not cheap.
No.
And Columbia House did it with the VHS cassettes too. And you were like, oh yeah, I can pick 5 VHS cassettes for $10 a piece. But you had to commit to buy like 6 more or something. And that was back when VHS cassettes were over $100 each. And Fabio says, hey, Fabio.
Hey, Fabio.
Says, I still owe Columbia House money. I bet a lot of people do.
Yeah, I probably do, because I never paid for
everybody ripped off. Everyone ripped off Columbia House. I don't know how they made money.
Jughead swear you got some club moves. I'm telling you now.
I'm not throwing anything out because we both work out pretty rigorously. So
David can twerk.
No,
I remember
don't know about
as
that.
a kid, I bought RoboCop for $80. Wow.
On VHS? Yeah, I know. And that was probably when mid '80s, so the price was starting to come down. But yeah, early '80s, you were paying big money for a VHS cassette.
Kaiju wants to know when your mixtape is dropping.
I don't know. Daddy
I
O.
still like mixtapes. I make them to listen to on my phone when I'm doing stuff. I like putting the songs together, different stuff together. I
Yeah.
like that.
That's a thing that's a thing of the past, guys. It's one of those things. We were thinking about doing a series like that of whatever happened to
Yeah,
kind of thing.
of different things because it's stuff that you remember that's just long gone. Again, mixtapes are gone. Places like Time Life, like we were talking about, sold all those compilation DVDs and I keep saying DVDs,
Best of the '60s,
CDs
best of the
and stuff.
'70s, yeah.
All in Columbia House,
Or
all of that stuff is gone.
all the top 10 chart toppers from X number of years.
Yeah.
FASFA says that's crazy about the original artists. I fell for that, and that explains a lot. Yeah.
Oh, David likes K-pop, and no, he don't like it. He doesn't even know what that is.
K-pop, isn't that
That's that
Korean or
Korean.
Japanese like pop music or something?
Yeah.
I don't know if I even ever heard any of that.
I've seen their pictures around, but I never heard any of their stuff. I know who they are, but
Yeah, who is that?
oh yeah, I remember Napster. I used to get
Yeah.
those
Yeah.
those websites where you could download songs like Napster, BearShare,
Yeah.
and it was another one that used to do it. I used to use it and download songs all the time, file sharing.
Yeah, and then yeah, Korean pop. There you go.
Mhm.
I'm not. It's like Korean rap or French rap. I don't want to hear American rap.
Yeah,
I
I
can
know.
listen to. I don't want to hear any rap that was made after like '92.
Jughead says that there's a video on YouTube that tells how Columbia House made its money, big profits. I don't know how.
I guess they were doing something right, or they would have kept going. Where was I? Oh yeah, Eric Sanchez confirming that was I want a new drug from Huey Lewis in the news. That's right.
Yeah. What about Eurobeat? I
I'm
never
not sure
heard
what
of
that is either.
Eurobeat.
Probably something else I don't want to hear. I don't know.
Gilgamesh says he listens to a lot of Japanese and Korean music. I've gotten to where I like music from other countries more, mostly rock and classical, though no matter the culture.
There's
Hunter Mars
is
amazing.
There. Haven't seen Hunter Mars tonight, have we?
Have
you just joined us, Hunter Mars?
He probably been there just listening in the background.
Lurking like Warren.
Peeping around the corner.
Warren popped his head in there and said hello for a minute, and then he disappeared. He faded into the background.
Like my mom.
That's all right, though.
What about the old commercials? The three old ladies were, where's the beef women?
Where's the beef? Yeah, that was a classic for a while.
That was Wendy's.
That was Wendy's. Where's the beef? And they had the gigantic bun, and they opened it up, and the patties like the size of a silver dollar.
Quicksilver, Mrs. Casey Kasem. I used to listen to him on Sundays. They had the Casey Kasem countdown. You can find it on YouTube now. They
play the old shows.
Yeah, they'll play the entire show, minus the commercials. But it's on YouTube. You can find it.
Bill Miller remembers the Peter Pan records.
Oh, they had records? The Monster Mash.
Peter Pan made a lot of 45s. size records, all kinds of like little children's stories and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. I always love the music to, I don't know that word.
Inuyasha.
Oh, intro and ending. Used to watch it when they stay up late at night.
Yeah, that's an anime.
Oh, okay.
It's like a '90s anime. It was a popular one. I don't know. I saw some of it. It was okay. I didn't get into it as much. I liked Full Metal Alchemist better. And Dragon Ball Z. I think everybody liked Dragon Ball Z.
Not me.
But I think you didn't watch it. But
I've seen a couple of episodes.
I think that what kept Dragon Ball Z alive was the fact there was only one person wrote all of it. He wrote the entire series, and it was very, very accurate to the manga. That's why Frieza's fight scene is so long. When he fights Frieza for the first time, and it takes like 6 episodes, it's because the guy he was late getting that portion written because the manga had to come out first. And so they were like, oh God, how do we drag this out and still put the show out? So they padded it a little bit.
Master Hoarder, do you guys know the first MP3 player was? I was still in school when it first came out. It's called Scour Media Agent. I can't forget it.
Oh, okay.
I had a bunch of MP3
Did you?
players. Yeah.
I remember Big O too. That's another anime.
I paid $90 for the Ghost in the Shell soundtrack import. Wow.
Ghost in the Shell's another anime. Well, some of the anime music's really good. Like I had mentioned Star Blazers earlier. The Star Blazers music, there are symphonies that will play that music.
Oh, really?
Because it's just so well done.
Kaiju loves the Goku and Frieza fight.
Frieza, yeah.
Frieza, longest anime fight in history, probably.
Yeah, but that's the reason why, is because he hadn't finished writing it in time, and it was late getting to the manga, because the manga had to go out first. The guy was very specific about how he wanted things done. Manga had to come out. There was only one writer for the entire series for years and years. Manga comes out, then you can storyboard it for the action for the anime, and it just wasn't ready. And they were like, oh God, we got to get the show out. We can't, what are we supposed to do? So they threw together a couple of episodes. They padded out some of his scenes and just made them incredibly long. Kaiser brings up Akira. Yeah, Akira was pretty good. Akira is like set the stage for anime cinema for a while there.
I never got into anime and all of that. I don't like nothing with subtitles. You gotta read all that stuff.
Well, I mean, some of it's dubbed. I know when I saw what was it? Akira, it was dubbed.
Oh, okay.
Most of it is. I mean, some of the stuff isn't, like One Piece. It's half and half. But and I don't care for One Piece all that much, actually. Oh, Akira Toriyama was the author. Okay, yeah, that's right. I see what you're saying. No, when you said when I saw Akira, I just automatically went to Akira the anime.
Master Hoarder never saw Dragon Ball.
Okay.
Yeah, because he know it's not good.
Come on.
No, that's not what he said. It says, "Is it really that good?" Is what he said.
Oh, okay.
Actually, that's.
Honestly, I like the earlier stuff. The blue box. That's it, right behind her head. You see right here. That is the entire Dragon Ball Z series except for the new one. And the blue series, where Goku is a little kid, is funny as hell. It is really fun to watch. It didn't start the orange series when Goku's an adult is okay. It got weird though, because there's a lot of confusion about power levels and you don't understand what's going on sometimes with all of that. But the original blue series where Goku's a little boy, those were fun.
Raccoon Eye said that she doesn't like dub stuff either.
Oh, she doesn't like the English acting, she says. And some of them, it's not well done. And you get a sense of that in those old kung fu movies. Although sometimes that's part of the charm when they're talking and they sound like the tone of their voice, it doesn't fit what they're doing, like they're just reading it. Or they read a sound effect or something like that, and it doesn't make any sense. It's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Wah! Or something like that. Or a sound is supposed to be made and they don't know what the sound is, and they just read it. Oh, you think your kung fu is better than mine? Well, I'm just going to have to see about that.
Let's see. Kaji wants to know, have you played Chrono Tiger? The Dragon Ball Z author did the artwork.
No, I didn't.
And Edwin wants to know.
Chrono Trigger.
Oh, where I got Tiger from? I just be reading all kinds of weird things.
No, that doesn't sound familiar.
Do you remember the commercial for Lawson's? Roll on Big O, get the juice up to Lawson's in 40 hours.
I don't remember that. I did watch Big O, but I don't remember it that well.
It's a different culture in anime, and they have to match the lip flaps.
Yeah, I guess. How many Super Saiyan modes are there? They are not done figuring that out. Well, yeah, Richard Smith, Bumpkin voices. Yeah, indeed. A lot of the voices sound ridiculous.
Yeah. Or yeah, they use like European voices. It's like all weird, and some of the voices like they trying to sound Asian.
They were done in Hong Kong studios, and in the Hong Kong studios, a lot of them spoke English, and indeed with British accents because they were classically trained that way, but they didn't care, you know, or they were American or British actors rather in Hong Kong that were reading the translations. And you know, you can be, and that's something that you see a lot of too in modern cinema with animation projects. They want to bring in a big star and have them do a read and make a big deal about them being in their animated show. But being able to act and then being able to do dramatic reading are not the same thing.
Yeah.
So they might not be a good voice actor at all.
Like Dwayne Johnson in Transformers, that cartoon version we were watching, and he was that one car.
He don't sound right at all.
No.
Yeah. But you know, he might be good on screen, but doing a read, it just doesn't count.
I guess so.
Oh, Quicksilver! I just thought of that creepy cartoon with human lips. I can't remember the name though. That sounds familiar. Is it a 50s cartoon? Is it like animation and the face is cut out and you can see a real mouth?
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, I can't think of the name of it, but I think I know what you're talking about.
What do you think about Dungeons and Dragons versus Record of Lodoss War? I don't know.
I don't think I've seen Record of Lodoss War.
We're gonna start watching Dungeons and Dragons cartoon. We've seen one episode
the Saturday
so far.
Morning ones.
Yeah, we've seen one episode so far, and it's pretty good. The one that we saw. So we're gonna try watching that after we got a couple of other things out of the way, because it's on our list of TV watching to do.
That's it. Clutch Cargo. Okay. Robert's just a fan recognized it's Clutch Cargo
with the mouth.
And Quicksilver says, "Yeah, I was right. This is the one with the animation, but they cut out the mouth, and so an actual human mouth was on animation."
They did that in some of the SpongeBob too, I think, and a couple of other cartoons.
Yeah, it's weird.
That. Yeah, so you got a cartoon, and then you can see the mouth and the teeth and everything.
Yeah.
So
that is weird. I think that freaked a few people out.
Oh, okay.
Lodoss War is similar to Dungeons and Dragons. Lodoss is Japanese animation. Yeah, I mean, I heard of it. I just never seen it. I've never seen the Lodoss War. But yeah, and the Dungeons and Dragons, of course, they can't get that movie right. They've tried.
They tried doing a live action
of Dungeons and Dragons. It's worthy of Mystery Science.
Oh yeah. I loved Dungeons and Dragons when I was little and tried watching it a couple of years ago, and Uni, the unicorn's voice was so annoying that I had to turn it off.
Oh, okay.
The one we saw, we did see the unicorn.
Go ahead.
We did see the unicorn, but the unicorn didn't talk. But we only, like I said, we only saw one episode because we were just watching it to see if it was something that we would be interested in seeing.
Yeah. And it looked okay, but I know the series ended badly because the toy line wasn't doing well, so they pulled the plug on the cartoon.
Yeah.
This is the one that'll freak somebody out. Lancelot Link.
What is that?
Secret Chimp.
Oh no, I can't watch all that.
Well, it was a live action Saturday morning show.
Oh yeah.
And they had a couple of chimpanzees. They would dress up, and you know, chimpanzees will chatter. So they'll sit there and go like that. And they had actors do voiceovers for them. And so they made the chimp dressed like a person, a secret agent, and you could hear him talk, and they would interact. The stories were ridiculous, and there was a band because you see the band there. that was awesome. And what was the name of the band though? I can't remember the name of the band.
Kaiser said you should try playing Chrono Trigger on Super Nintendo, on Nintendo 64.
The Evolution Revolution. The Evolution Revolution.
That's the name of the band?
That's the name of the chimp band, yeah.
Bill said he used to watch it, never knew it was on DVD though.
Oh, Lancelot Link.
He said he used to watch it.
And this is going way back, because didn't this come out in like 68 or 69? I'm looking on the back here to see if it's got a date, but I want to say it was like 68 or 69 when that mess first came out.
And Robert said he remembered watching it too.
See, he's showing your age. What's wrong? Come here.
Now he got that darn cat again. So we got to be bothered with the cat.
He wanted some attention. What's the matter with you? Huh? He's over here calling, like, come on, pay attention to me.
Master Hoarder says Chrono Trigger Cross is as epic as Zelda. I had the original Zelda, the Legend of Zelda.
The game?
On Nintendo. Was too weird for me. Rather see Magilla Gorilla.
I remember Magilla Gorilla.
I remember that name, but I don't think I saw it.
Yeah, Magilla Gorilla. Magilla Gorilla, Grape Ape.
Oh, yeah.
Remember Grape Ape? Oh, yeah. Do you now? What is it?
Well, Kitty Time.
Oh, yeah. Robert says they made a fan-made final episode on YouTube for Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah,
well, people were upset, and and again, I think I brought this up last time, that you ever wonder what happened to all your favorite Saturday morning or after-school cartoon shows when the toys weren't selling? They pulled the plug on it. They just killed it, like Swamp Thing.
That's what I was about to ask.
Yeah.
Has anybody seen the Swamp Thing cartoon? Because I have that saved on YouTube to watch when we get to it.
The action figures weren't moving, and they killed it at the 5th episode. There are only 5 episodes of that cartoon.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the toy companies were so quick to just stop production to save a penny that they hardly gave some of these shows a chance.
Brandon wants to know when you're going to show your video game tour. You don't have that many video games.
No, you can see, well, all the games that I have, you can see right in this corner.
Well, they can't read it.
Yeah.
They want to look at it and get a good eyeball on
Squint. No, I'm kidding. But it wouldn't be too much of a tour, because that's all there is right now. That's all I got.
Yeah, he don't have that much. He don't play them games, no way.
No, yeah, sometimes, not that often. I'm not like all the time like buried in those games.
Yeah.
Yeah. What the finals? Oh, okay. Final episode of Dungeons and Dragons was great because we had closure. I guess so. Yeah.
There was a Happy Days cartoon. I don't remember that.
Yeah, there was.
Oh, was.
It was Fonzie in a time traveling spaceship with an alien female, and Richie and Potsy and Ralph Malph. I forget the name of the show. And there was also a Laverne and Shirley cartoon.
Thor says, look up the fan-made Star Wars movie and short on YouTube.
Okay.
They did a movie of that?
Yeah, I guess so.
Limited animation, but it had a great final episode. Happy Days cartoon, didn't it have a pig? I don't know about all that.
I don't know either. Speaking of TV shows, you ever notice, I was wondering about this today because we were watching, God, what is that show? Wayward Pines.
Yeah, Wayward Pines.
And they had the season finale of season 1. And after what they did, I don't even want to see the next season now. Because they killed all the main characters. Spoiler alert. I should have said that first. But I wonder what the deal is with modern shows now and killing main characters and popular characters like Vikings.
Yeah, they killed off Ragnar.
They killed the main character first. Ragnar was who the show was about.
Yeah, but now to their credit with that, I read up on that, and when they made the show, Ragnar was supposed to die in season 2. But because he was so loved by fans, they kept him for all of those seasons. I think like 5-6 seasons. And then they killed him off. But he was supposed to die. He wasn't supposed to be there past 2 seasons.
Yeah, but
that's how they wrote it.
They still wrote it intending to kill him. And you see that with Sons of Anarchy. You see that with The Walking Dead. It's all these shows now where they want to kill off characters. Hell, I mean, the show the main character of the show, The Walking Dead, was Rick. He ain't even there.
Yeah.
So what the hell? And it turns people off. I think Sons of Anarchy is a great example. Every time you start liking a character, they murder him. And so what is the deal with this modern trend of like knocking off popular characters or main characters on these shows? Because that's what just happened with Wayward Pines.
Yeah.
They killed the main character.
Yeah, as soon as he was getting
and
everything,
the main villain.
Yeah, they killed the main villain.
Yeah.
And the main character. And as soon as he was getting, figuring things out, they were getting everything kind of together.
Yeah.
Now, they done kill up everybody, and the kids are supposed to take over the town. And it's like, I don't want to watch it if it's going to be run by kids. Because, Raccoon Eyes. Does anyone remember a Saturday morning live action show with a boy and a floating robot on the run from the government?
I don't know.
No. Edwin, favorite ship from Star Blazers, the Argo or the Andromeda?
The Argo, Yamato, or the Andromeda. Well, you got to go with the Yamato.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's classic. It looks like a battleship.
Master Mexico, I think that's the way to go. More and more independent. They don't give me He-Man. I'll make my own, and strong stories always will carry, no matter the effects. I think if enough people knew how to do a fairly decent animation and write up a good story, they probably could pull it off.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't the Zeta something? It was Batman Beyond timeline. Hasn't Walking Dead been going for 10 years already?
I think they're on season 11, aren't they?
Yeah, I just saw the thing about the trailer for season 11. I thought they were going to end it after Michonne died.
Yeah.
Like the last season. We stopped watching it right after Rick was... I think we saw it one season after Rick left. And they caught Negan, and Negan was living on the camp. And we kind of...
Yeah.
You guys should check out a dealer on eBay. He goes by Scooby Dooby Doo. Every week he puts on cartoon photos. Okay.
Oh, this Ghost Junk.
Hey, Ghost Junk.
Wow, you're late.
I actually like Buffy. Killed her off at one point, and with the hell, Xena shot with arrows. Yep.
I don't know. I've watched Xena. I don't remember her getting killed though, but I stopped watching it after a certain point.
Late Roman. I hated they killed Buffy's mom. Just morbid. Michonne died. How did I miss that? I don't know. I didn't see it. I know that they killed her off though. Yeah, we stopped watching.
It's starting to get hard to watch.
Yeah, I mean, the little girl got on my nerves. She was trying to act like she running things. And we saw it, like, let me see. Jesus had died. Negan was living on Alexandria, and that's when we had stopped watching it at one of the season breaks, and then we just never picked it back up. Master Hoarder is saying, is Walking Dead worth watching? The first few seasons, all the way up, I think, until they got to Alexandria. Then it kind of started dying out after that. And, it just became too much.
Jughead says sometimes they just want to leave. Yeah. I mean, I could see that.
Yeah. The actor who played Rick, he said he wanted to go back so he could spend some time with his family. And you got to understand that the thing going on and on and on. People like it, but you trying to live your life. The first 5 seasons of The Walking Dead is great, especially season 3. I think that season 3 is when they went to the prison, or was that the farm?
Which one?
Walking Dead. She said the first 5 seasons. Yeah, the first few seasons up until they got to Alexandria was good. Yeah. And she said especially season 3, and I was just wondering, was that the farm?
I think they were still on the farm, weren't they?
Either the farm.
It's hard
or
to remember.
Prison. Yeah.
It's hard to remember. Ghost Junk says he's out camping, and he just wanted to pop in and say hello. That's all right.
Good.
That's
Enjoy your camping trip.
Yeah, really. Robert gave up after the governor.
Yeah.
Oh, season 3 is the prisoner.
Is the prison.
Yeah,
the governor. Remember. The governor wasn't bad. Yeah. I like that. I hated Shane. Oh, I like Shane.
Shane. Well, the irony of it is that Rick is turned into Shane.
Yeah.
So if Shane was ahead of himself, he was just wrong for the whole situation with the wife, and he should have left when he had the chance, and that girl talked him out of it.
Yeah.
He was ready to go. He was like, "Yeah, I don't belong here now. I'm just going to take off." He's like, "No, don't go, Shane," and then got him killed.
Yeah.
But he should have taken off. He knew that, but yeah, Rick became Shane essentially.
Yeah. And then the thing that really got me with Rick, okay, I know that he wanted to leave, and I guess the actor wanted to leave the door open to return, but the way that they did it, okay, he got hurt and he was taken away, and then they come back and it's a 5-year gap and they still don't know where Rick is. But the way that they built Rick up, his character wouldn't have allowed him to not come back, knowing that he had a daughter. He didn't know that Michonne was pregnant, but he had a daughter, he had Michonne, and he had Daryl. He had a family, basically.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have just up and left them.
Ask him.
So that right there, the way they did his character, I mean, they could have came back and said, okay, Rick had he got Alzheimer's, amnesia or something like that. But that wasn't the case, I don't think.
Yeah, Shane is the new Punisher.
I love the Punisher Shane.
Yeah,
Shane
the Frank Castle.
Mm-hmm.
But I've taught about that before. People give it a hard time. It's like, oh, he's not a good Punisher because he's not tall enough. Because in the comic book, he's supposed to be like 6'4" or something like that. And it's like, but he makes up for it in attitude because he's got the attitude right.
Yeah.
For the Punisher.
Robert said he cried for Herschel, loved the old man, the look on his daughter's face, and was crushed.
Mm-hmm.
Was crushing. Yeah.
Yeah, he was a good fit for the Punisher.
Mm-hmm.
And I agree with that. And they're talking about bringing him back.
I hope
are they doing another show or a film?
I don't know, but I hope they bring him back. I like Daredevil. I like the cast on that show.
Mm-hmm.
I liked
Luke Cage.
Luke Cage. Yeah. The cast on that show was good. Those were 3 really good shows. They were modern shows, but they were done well.
Mm-hmm.
And they canceled them all. And now if they come back, they're going to come back on Disney Plus because it's a Marvel show, and Disney got all of the Marvel shows.
Yeah. And who knows? It'll be a toss-up. Although I heard they've been doing pretty good with some of them, but we don't have Disney Plus, so I haven't seen The Mandalorian, haven't seen Loki, haven't seen WandaVision or any of that. So it remains to be seen. Oh, Punisher War Journal.
I never heard.
You saw Punisher War Journal.
Oh, did I? Okay.
Yeah, you did. You saw that. But anyways, it is almost 3.5 hours.
Yeah, 9:30.
Yeah, 9:30. So we're probably gonna have to wrap it up.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe we will do it again.
Maybe
we will. Maybe we will. We will think about it. No, I'm sure we'll probably do it again.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and wrap things up.
Yeah.
And so thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. Thanks for the conversation.
Yep. And we hope y'all have a good week. That is not an eventful week, but that is just a good, mundane, everyday week with nothing going on, no drama, not too much excitement.
Yeah. So, again, thanks for joining us. And we will see you again soon.
Bye.
Bye.